Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. My name is Badger, and I'm back for some more League of Lads Season number 12 action. I am joined tonight by Simon. How are you tonight, Simon?
I'm doing well, pretty good.
That
Excited to
is
watch these
good.
games.
There's some exciting teams to see tonight. I mean, on the dire side, we have Penjamin City, which is again the core of a two-time Lads champion unit. The old classic Bulljax, Acid Rain, Fume teams. They're currently 1-3 though. Very rough start to the season. They're taking on Make Bloosher Great again, who again won the regular season last season, had the most wins in the group stage before having a playoff disappointment, and so far they are only 2-2 to start this group stage over in Group Mini. So both teams that have disappointed a little bit so far, and they have a lot to prove tonight.
It should be a great series. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I think people would pick probably in the preseason. People picked both of these teams to place pretty well in the group. I'm sure. So yeah, it
Uh,
should be a fun night.
I mean, I know I definitely had Nick Blucher great again, one of the higher rated teams in Group Mini. I actually had Penjamin City relatively lowly rated. I have them around middle of the pack rather than being one of the true contenders of the group, if memory serves. But yeah, it is a little bit hard to tell sometimes. Very competitive group stage so far this season with a lot of the teams showing up big time.
So Badger, I'm hearing a little bit of echo from you. I don't know if that's just in my Discord or what.
You
But
have in game. You need to do mute code
ha-
broadcast in your audio settings.
in my audio.
We do
Wait,
some
what is the setting I have to do?
mute code broadcasters.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. There we go.
But we already got some bands. We already got some picks again. First phase bands: Lena, DP, Ricky, Tusk, 5-pick Tree, 6-7 Primal Beast, Rubik. So a lot of very very meta oriented selections so far tonight.
Yeah, so Tree first overall, that's certainly Bulljax's hero. No surprise with any of the bands, really. All annoying heroes. I like the Primal Beast and the Rubik response. The Primal Beast is good at hunting the tree, right? Because his onslaught, his Q clears the trees, so it makes it a little harder for Tree to play. And also, it's potential flex. Like, it could go mid, but I think that might be buying onions on the Primal Beast position 4. So some flexibility from them for sure.
And it is going to be the Fume Classic as a counter pick again. Certainly a hero who can lane somewhat well into a Primal Beast offlane if it is offlane. But you mentioned it might just be a support selection, so there's just a lot of flex potential just grab an offlaner who can really ruin the day of Ursa still.
Yeah, so we'll see if they ban for that. Like, if they ban Venomancer or anything. I don't know if that would be something that Pistia would play, but we'll see. They ban Drow instead. I think that I think it's not bad for them to just pick the Ursa. It's like, I mean, it's basically one of Fume's best heroes, right? Super comfort for him. The lane is pretty strong too, with the tree backing him up. So yeah, I like it. But heroes that are still in the pool that I'm thinking of, I think of Nature's Prophet is still in the pool just because he's really strong. Drow got banned, another one of the popular ranged carries. And let me see. So I always say this, but I like Snapfire with Primal Beast just because of the pulverize into kisses, right? He dives in long range. So you've got the kisses to kind of, it's an automatic +1, usually enough to get a kill with his follow up damage. Uh, so we'll see if any team goes for that.
Again, eventually as well, you can always go for, say, I mean, if you go, say, Snapfire 3 Primal Beast support, you can always go for the Aghanim Scepter on Snapfire. Just chuck that hero in there, problem solved for initiation issues.
Definitely. And I do know that for Bloosher, both Rice Boy on the mid lane and Pistia in the off lane play that hero to pretty good success. So yeah, definitely a possible pick for them that I like. And then we see, it looks like some Yeti heroes getting banned. The Weaver is a classic Yeti hero.
Yeah, again, it's again, some of the better carries being banned out right now, but Yeti still has a lot of his sort of comfort picks. If he wants to go that direction, I mean, Chaos Knight not banned yet, which is obviously one of the Yeti classics. So there are still a lot of options for Bunions with this draft right now.
Yeah, definitely. That's a little bit of a switch up for them is having Bunions do the drafting. I know their team draft is usually it's pretty collaborative, right? So it doesn't really matter who's like clicking the stuff, but it's interesting that they switched the drafting over to him. And I think also whose pick is coming up next? It's Bloosher, so never mind. But I'm thinking of like Acid Rain's hero. I like that Bloosher took the Rubik from them, right? That's like easily Acid Rain's best hero. So I'm thinking Nyx is potentially an option. We'll see. Like if they do pick Snapfire here, I feel like Nyx is almost certainly what Acid Rain would ask for against both the Primal's AoE damage and the Snapfire's AoE damage. So I
Uh,
think he plays that hero really well. So
oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's one of his most played heroes in terms of like his lad's history. But again, I'm getting more and more mentally attached to the idea of this CK pick. Let's look at these bans here from Radiant. Like they're banning out Timber, they're banning out Phoenix. Like if you're playing CK, you want these heroes banned out. So I think it
I
could
was
just be a
gonna
CK
say,
pick.
yeah, I agree, and I think CK does pretty well against Ursa potentially, just because he hits him with all the illusions. It's kind of about who gets the jump, but I don't know. I guess I don't know how the matchup goes totally because Ursa can enrage the like telegraphed chaos bolt flying at him, so that could be an issue. But he does have overwhelming physical damage, so could be an issue.
Well, that'll be a Nature's Prophet, very, very meta hero right now. Can be played really in any of the three core roles, though generally is played in the carry role. But again, I think there's a very chance of it being an offlane hero this game. Though. I seem to hero who lanes very well into Ursa.
Yeah, I think it could do very well if it is like a primal beast plus the nature's prophet in their off lane. That seems pretty strong. It seems like they wouldn't care too much about the treant. They could kind of chase him down and click him down. And then also in I think I'm leaning that it's probably position 3. I do know Icy Eddie will play it, but so it's flexible for them.
But you did mention the Nyx Assassin, and again, it's not too shocking. It's a hero who's good into Nature's Prophet. It's a hero who can make a lot of impact by splitting the lanes, and again, it is that Acid Rain classic. Wouldn't be too shocked if we see a very dumb item build from Acid Rain. This game happens a lot, so
Dagon is not dumb.
a very
I
good
love
chance we'll see
Dagon.
it.
We'll see. I think they would probably pick Camel Farmer's hero here because I know he has heroes that he just likes and he's like better on than other heroes. So maybe they go for his hero here, like maybe Ember Spirit potentially. Invoker is in the pool. I don't know how great those are in the game. I just know that he likes them. But I do think they need more damage, right? Tree is kind of low damage. Nyx deals like a lot of damage to maybe one guy, but he's more kind of about setting up your team with his invis scouting. I like that he can scout the natures in a side lane and just kind of camp him and set up for his team. So I'd like them to get the +1 to kind of go with the Nyx.
Listen, damage is a social construct because you know what's better than damage? Not taking damage. The counter damage is buy Guardian Greaves pipe. Buy Guardian Greaves, you pipe, you buy BKB. You know, suddenly don't even need damage anymore. You Versa. He'll eventually get the damage in, you know, he's eventually, right?
You are kind of right. They could just go for big team fight and get Marshall a good Greaves hero here. Like Enigma of his is still in the pool, right? What else does he like to play? I'm trying to think. I like
There's
the
no
Timberman for
way, no way they go Enigma here, right? Into both the lane counterpick and the Rubik, there's no way.
probably not. I'm just trying to think of what some kind of Greaves tempo guy.
That's the good part. You can just buy Greaves on any hero. Like a Dawnbreaker Greaves, why not? You can buy Guardian
Definitely.
Greaves, let's do it.
Think so. Whose hero is that? Does Camel Farmer or Marshall play that? Do you know off the top of your head? Because I don't.
I mean, I played with Marshall for a season. He doesn't really talk too much about the Dawnbreaker, but it's Dawnbreaker. It's a very simple hero. I'm sure Marshall can play it. I'm sure Camel can play it as well. If I had to guess, it would likely be the offlane Dawn though. Dawn Nyx lane sounds pretty powerful.
I think that could be strong, and I do like the global presence that they have with it. Oh wow, they did
Man,
go for a Venom
Simon, you got some good predictions tonight. You predicted the Nyx, we got the Nyx. You predicted the Veno, we got the Veno. You've been on point tonight with the predictions.
Yeah, the Veno is just like the classic counter pick to Ursa because the damage over time is annoying in the lane, and he can't really enrage off all like the wards hitting him. And if he does try and kill a plague ward, it's like his overpower attacks that he has to do. So Yeah, wow. I don't know if that I kind of like Pistia more on like a playmaking hero with like stuns and stuff. So maybe there is the potential that this is like a Primal Beast 3 with a Venomancer 4 to be annoying. We'll see. It's a little flexible, but yeah, that's my personal preference is for Pistia on a more like playmaking type hero. But I'm sure he plays a good Venomancer as well. And I was gonna say again that I like the Dawn with the Nyx a lot. That's like an insane +1 combo to you go Vendetta, hit the natures when he's trying to split the map, and Dawn jumps on top of him with you. That's like instant kill potential. So I like the pick from Penjamin City as well.
Yeah, everybody on this Penjamin City side has at least some ability to hunt Nature's Prophet, whether it's Nyx with the Invis, Dawnbreaker with the Solar Guardian, it's like a +1. Tree can just walk in the trees, go for the overgrowth. You have Ursa will often spy up Blink Daggers like a third or fourth type of item, even like a second item sometimes. So you have a lot of options in terms of just hunting Nature's Prophet, ruining his game. But ultimately, what needs to happen to get there is the lanes need to go fairly well. Yeah, I mean, you can even lose the lanes, you just can't lose them terribly. Problem is, I look at these heroes on this Radiant side and make Bloosher great again, might just dominate these lanes.
I kind of think they have a lane advantage the way it looks right now. So okay, they did go for a Camel Farmer's Invoker. Big damage with the tree, right? Cataclysm, Sunstrike as well for the Nyx setup and the Dawn global. So that's like those three final heroes. Those guys can kill pretty much anyone if they get the jump with the Nyx setup. So yeah, seems solid.
I mean, if they can make it out of the laning phase, I think they'll be fine. But again, it's counterpick as well mid lane. I'm really scared for the Penjamin City laning phase again. This is not like necessarily the team that's necessarily like a huge pub spamming team. They're not like the super high mechanically skilled team. They're more like a team play team. And the
Yes.
lanes, they feel scary here. They feel real scary. I think Rice
Yeah.
Boy might have a good time hitting against the Invoker.
Yeah, we'll see what his pick of choice is. His Ember is still in the pool. I guess Invoker kind of counters that with the Tornado breaking the Flame Guard, but seems decent. Uh, I know he likes like Legion Commander and Tusk as well. Tusk is not there. Oh, he did go Ember. Okay.
I guess I think there's not really much he could have done to truly. I mean, this is probably a winning lane off of like a skilled matchup, but this isn't sort of lane where Ember's going to completely dominate and run over Invoker. So that's at least good news. Where Camel will get some farm no matter what happens. As a result, he will be able to have some impact later into the Dota game.
The chains do mess with Dawnbreaker, right? She can't do her Q or her Q. She stays in place, so it's not that great, and she can't use her W in the chains. As well as the chains could be annoying for Ursa, forcing him to maybe enrage. You know, he doesn't like getting poked and like having to push stuff. So I think overall, I prefer the make Bloosher draft. The one
I
thing is
fully
they do
agree.
maybe lack hard stuns, but we'll see how it goes.
I think the reverse is also true, though. I mean, sure, Radiant lacks some hard stuns, but Dire also have a relative lack of hard stuns. I mean, they have some lockdown, but again, they don't have
Yeah,
like the
you're right.
greatest anti-Ember lockdown. They don't have the
Yeah,
greatest tools of. I mean, if they can get ahead, they can burst the Venom. But if Pishia's getting Greaves, Force Staff type items, then Pishia will be an absolute menace to society in this Dota game. So again, I think
that
that
lane looks scary.
I think game one goes to make Bloosher great again off of a lane advantage. I think the off lane will be one. I think the safe lane will be relatively good as well, and the mid lane should be either a draw or a slight win for Rice Boy.
Yeah. Oh my God, is that real? 13 wins in a row as Venomancer for Pistia? Uh oh.
I mean, it's
That's
one of those
crazy.
things where, again, you mentioned how you want Pistia on a playmaking hero, but you want to know what's better in playmaking? Ensuring the opponents can never make plays. You want to know how you make sure they never make plays? Be a Venomancer. He's the anti-playmaking hero, where you're not making plays and you're literally actively preventing the enemy from making plays.
Hey Badger, I am a spectating noob, and I am on player perspective, and I don't have the menu to open it up. How do I
Reload your Dota.
reload my Dota? Will I get back into the game? Is that
Yes,
fine?
you will. It'll be a reconnect button.
Okay, got it. I'll be right
I
back.
don't know what they're all chatting. I'm assuming it's some kind of Penjamin City reference.
I,
I don't know.
I don't know what
I
that
don't
is
really know who
either. They all
Penjamin.
chatted it last night.
Yeah, again, there's clearly a reference to this. They had this copy pasta pre-prepared. I guess I'm too old to understand this, but it is in the chat. It
Yeah,
is,
same.
and I quote: "Fulcrum come in, yup, Yodi gang, you feel me? Need I say more? Faded Denaho, faded Denaho, faded Denaho, faded Denaho, faded Denaho. About to enter Penjamin City right now. Shall we? Cheers, my friends. Thank you. Thank you, Penjamin City.
I'm sure that you said that way better than whoever the originator is. That was a great rereading.
If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 1 of Penjamin City, taking on Make Bloosher Great Again. Both teams certainly want the wins, both for the scoreboard, but also for personal and team pride. My name is Badger. I'm joined by former Lads player, current Lads caster Simon, and I think we're going to be in for a pretty good Dota 2 game.
So I will say we both agree that we think Bloosher has the advantage in the lanes, but yesterday I was half watching Penjamin Cities against the Kubrick and Zui stack. I don't know their team name off the top of my head.
Macro
the Macro
Genius.
Geniuses. Yeah. So they were down. It was a 95% win percentage for the Macro Geniuses in one game at like 20 minutes, and the Bulljack stack, these guys took it back. So they can play while down. So we'll see. I won't totally count them out, but I do agree that I think the lanes are pretty favored for the Radiant.
You know what? You are right. There always is time to throw in a Lads game. Yeah, I was casting the Down to Clown versus Mo Filski Mo Problem series. It went 1-1, but it probably should have went 1-1 in the opposite direction. In that it should have went Down to Clown winning game 2 and Mo Filski Mo Problems winning game 1, but it was the opposite. Both teams threw one game.
That's great. Oh,
so it ended up being the one.
Look mid, Rice Boy might
middle
die.
lane, Rice Boy, EMP.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, not quite enough damage. Ooh, I was surprised there. I was not expecting that.
Yeah,
I did not think he would die in this lane, and he almost died in the lane.
Yeah, he forced the Fairy Fire, Camel Farmer did, and he is going the Quaswex build. He's building up some knolls, and it looks like he wants the Urn, so he wants to play with the Cold Snap. So.
And Camel, known as a very good Ember Spirit player, he knows this matchup on the other side very well. He also plays the Invoker pretty well, so this is a very familiar matchup for Camel. So again, this is one of those lanes where Camel should do better than you might expect off the MMR alone. I mean, Rice Boy is up by about 1,000 MMR, but Camel, he's got that sandbag advantage, he's got the matchup familiarity, he's ready to game.
Yeah, and in the top lane, the hard camp was available for Bloosher, so they just got a pull off, and that's going to make Ursa really scared to walk up in the lane. He's like, what is this? He has 200 out of his 700 health, so Pisha even drags the wave here. They don't want the Ursa to get free experience contesting this.
You're shocked in, but again, no punish quite yet. But again, Fume is just not having a fun time. Look at that Ring of Health, which will make him have slightly less of a bad time. Again, even though the HP situation isn't great, the CS is good. He's trading his life for gold, and if you can acquire, the Ring of Health, something that might turn around.
He's gonna pull the Anti-Mage and go pick up the Ring of Health right now.
Well, bottom lane, lift on Acid Rain. He tanks, I believe, only one tower shot, so he'll still survive. Over to the top lane. You mentioned it. Ring health grab there by Fume, and again, Bulljack's giving him tangos, like, please, eat the trees, stay alive, I need you to carry me, and again, Fume still has a little bit of danger right now. Gale's up for Pishka in 1 second. Gale will be used. Onslaught, not skilled quite yet. Fume will turn, accepting his death, trying for a counter kill. He parry fires up, but he will not get the kill. But he's denied by Bulljax. No first blood yet, but we have seen an Ursa die. Great deny by Bulljax.
Using the Fat Tree base damage, and Camel Farmer.
Ooh, you're right. Nearly dead as well mid lane. And he has Sleight of Fist up in 7 seconds. Camel will have to mind that.
Yeah, so
very well.
I'm interested about this matchup because
he slight chains. He slight chains in right now. He can get the kill, I think. Slight chains under tower. Never mind, no kill.
The Invoker's gonna just have to rely on his Quas regen to try and live through the Ember spam. So we'll see. It's getting mid laners are crazy. They're always on like 10% health, just like playing like normal,
Well, a lot of these middle laners will get the bottle in the lane to make this work, but no bottle. He's playing Invoker, of course, so it's going to be the Quas regen. But again, Rice Boy, is that a full finished orb? Never mind, it's a raindrops. But he might go for the full Orb of Corrosion to harass the Invoker. He'll opt for simply the Bloodstone, which is certainly fine as well. Over to the bottom lane. Speaking of not fine, it's a big man fight. Both cores are very injured, but never mind, both are actually fine. I misspoke.
So this is something Acid Rain always does. He loves the level 2 mana burn, and he just plays to be annoying and like slowly burn your mana and make, win the economy game from the resources. Oh, and Ice Yeti's in
Yeah, there we
danger.
go. Starbreaker's done. That'll be our first blood. Marshall securing that one nice and easily. And again, Acid Rain, I guess he understands that Carapace isn't really that valuable in this lane anyways, so having that mana burn can really bother these double intelligence heroes in the lane.
I mean, it made the difference there because Patience had no mangoes. He had no mana at the time, so he couldn't lift the Dawnbreaker. The lift is a good counter to the Dawnbreaker's Starbreaker, but he was out of mana, so well played by them in that lane.
We're at the point now where I was, this is the one lane where I was a little bit concerned. Wait, middle lane, Tornado, there on Rice Boy, onslaught forward by Bunions. Camel Farmer gets the living armor from Bulljax. The dive continues, and there's just too much regen, too much armor. Bunions is taking a lot of tower shots, and he will survive. But again, good attempt, I suppose, but no success on the gank. Instead, it's Bulljax rotating over into the river. It's a 2v2 middle lane currently. Camel and Bunions both very low, but I don't think there's a kill yet. Now it's Acid TPing, and now there's 5 heroes in the mid lane. But still no deaths yet.
They really don't want Ember to get this 6-minute rune.
And supports at both runes. Sure, maybe Radiant may get it, but Rice Boy certainly will not. We know that much already. They've camped out too many runes for him to get one. Tornado EMP just for good measure. He's forced the Remnant away, and the rune will be bottom. Acid Rain is going to grab the Invis rune to perhaps gank Rice Boy. Sentry Ward will not actually be in range for this, but Rice Boy is again playing under that tower right now. He's just out of range of that Sentry Ward. Just out of range.
Rice Boy smartly goes to refill his resources. I don't think they can 100 to 0 him, but Acid is still kind of playing like they might give it an attempt.
I mean, you're already here. You already have the Invis rune. You might as well, right? What's he gonna do? Or never mind. He's gonna stand there menacingly. EMP. Yeah. Oh, missed impale by Acid Rain. So Rice Boy is now low on mana, but it's still good to fight. He'll walk on away. Meanwhile, top lane, it's a death on Treant Protector. Run on down with a Gale of Pistia. So I was looking at the wrong lane. There was a kill top lane, not middle lane.
I think the lane is officially unplayable for Ursa. He's done a decent job. He has his Ring of Health, but he doesn't want to go jungle this early.
Urshok did not get to the high ground. Onslaught knocked him to the high ground, so Fumo survived because of that. Interesting Dota 2 action.
That was funny. I haven't seen that before.
I thought for a second he's going to die because of that, but it's like, oh, nope, he's on the high ground anyways.
Bulljax TP'd bottom. They want to make a play on Nature's. Dawnbreaker does a pretty good job on getting on top of her, and you are totally right. Marshall is going for the Greaves build, at least a mech.
Middle lane, onslaught forward by Bunions, but lacks the mana to go for a trample. Rice Boy has Sleight of Fist, but Camel still about 1/5 HP. Bottom lane, Marshall dies. Mid lane, Bunions runs away back to bottom lane once again. It's Marshall. Actually not diving fully. He's lifted up by Patience, taking the tower. Impale will be there on the Furion. Furion, it's 1/3 HP, dropping rapidly. Dire dive as 3. His Prophet is running away and he'll get brought on down before he can TP away. Again, good rotation by both supports, bringing down the carry once again. It's been a rough game to be a carry. 5th and 6th in net worth right now, both carries.
You're totally right. It definitely favors Furion, though, because he has the global teleport. He can farm relatively safely. He hits the jungle better than Ursa.
And if dive continues, actually, they're still diving Patience. Oh, poor Patience. He's incredibly dead. There's no way out but death.
Ice Yeti doesn't want any of that business in the bottom lane, so he TP's top to help Pistia take the tower down. And it looks like Pistia went for an Urn, and he is going to go mech next. So both offlaners most likely going Greaves. No surprise.
Yeah, nothing too good EMP dodge mid lane by Rice Boy, and they're trying to run down Rice Boy, but he even popped the Illusion Room just to turn on Bulljax. Chains are missed. Those are 2 and 3 RNG gone wrong. Bulljax is being body blocked by Bunion, still running the right remnant forward to kill Bulljax. Camel should be fine, but again, you get the kill, but Acid Rain, he's way deep right now. He's forced to Carapace, Impale is dodged by Rice Boy, in comes Marshall, looking to stun, he'll stun Patience and zoning away Rice Boy to the northeast, Rice Boy looks to Remnant, gets the low ground, dodging that Starbreaker, and he actually will escape. Good escape by Rice Boy. Camel wants this kill. He's running forward. Slight change from Rice Boy. Camel is taking a lot of damage. EMPs on the floor. Aspirin wraps around for the gang. Look at the Impale. Looking for Rice Boy. Patience is being run at as well. Onslaught forward. Stuns only after one hero. Marshall runs away. Meanwhile, Aspirin is still hunting for Rice Boy. Rice Boy runs forward, slighting Marshall. Marshall is in the river. Body locked again by Bunions, but there's still no kill. Everyone escapes. Impale, they're on both. But again, Rice Boy's still too tanky. Camel is hitting, looking for Patience. Rice Boy low. Patience low, Bunions low, everybody's low. Who will die first? The answer will be Bunions, but the trade will be for Acid Rain. Sentry Ward placed, Camel invis, Patience dead. Camel actually gets away. Somehow, someway, the Invoker juked all the way to the Tri-Camp, and I think at long last, our chaotic fight is over.
That was wild. While that entire fight was going on, Pistia forced Fume to TP home, so not ideal for him. But Fume is now farming top. But that was just a crazy. Everyone was so low, and Bunions had no mana for his trample. Like multiple times, he onslaughted in and just couldn't trample to follow it up. So just a lack of damage there. I'm honestly not sure who this trade favors. The fight recap says the Dire, though.
If Pistia dies here, Vendetta, Impale, big kill if they get it, and they most certainly will. Rice Boy wants vengeance. He wants Camel. Mech comes out from Marshall. Good two-man tornado from Camel Farmer. Starbreaker will not stun. It's dodged by Rice Boy. Rice Boy dove the tower all the way to bring down Camel Farmer. So it's currently a 1-for-1. Pistia, she got the kill with the Venomous or damage. Impale is not dodged this time. Pulverize is there onto Marshall. Marshall is dropping chains onto Marshall. Is lifted up and brought on down. Bulldog is man fighting. But Little Tree, it's time to run. You are brought down. Double kill for Rice Boy. 3-for-1 now in favor of Base Bloosher. Great again, and Acid Rain will survive. He will skulk on away to the shadows of the trees. But again, good win there for the Radiant side of Make Bloosher great again.
Rice Boy played that so well. The Remnant into the Invoker to kill him, and the Dire didn't have spells to like punish it, you know? So that was really well played. And then Bunions, making use of the Tome, had the level 6 Pulverize, so yeah, that was a great follow-up.
We're at the point now where, again, we're looking at... I like the way that, like, map-wise, the way that Make Bloosher great again are playing this. You have Yeti playing one lane, Pistia playing the other lane. Fume wanted to farm bottom lane, but again, Pistia used spells, Fume had to use Enrage, and then walk to the jungle, which is, again, acceptable but sad.
Yeah, the one good thing for Fume is that he's only one component from his Battle Fury. He just needs 900 gold for his Claymore, so... I mean, in my mind, if you get Battle Fury at, like, 14 minutes... that's like acceptable, and you're like
Impale
not too upset.
On Patience, slight chains on two. The counterplay. Impale stolen and used by Patience on two, but again, no kills, no kills for Radiance. A little bit of all chat from Acid Rain as well, the classic. Oh wait, Fume once again has TP, doesn't have Enrage this time around. Pistia wants this kill. He's a little bit more damage. Actually lacks the urn charges, so. I believe Fume will survive. It's a lot of damage, but not quite enough for the kill, so... over to Rice Boy. He's being hunted by Acid Rain, who's in DD plus Vendetta. Vendetta, Impale, damage. It'll be just enough, I think. He'll attempt to Remnant away towards Boldice. Good lift from Patience, and Rice Boy actually gets away. It cost him every single Remnant he had the mana to cast, but it was well worth it.
Dang, that's where you wish Invoker had, like, 1 point in Exort for the Sunstrike follow-up.
Usually 1 point Exort, not enough, but actually would have been this time. Mid lane pulverized there on Camel, EMP, the counterplay, and our fight's over again.
There we go. So, Ice Yeti has finished his Maelstrom. He's top of the net worth chart. This hero just farms so fast. His ability, right? If only Ursa had a global teleport to go farm where it was least dangerous, you know, and summons to tank the jungle for him. So, Ice Yeti's in a good spot. Ursa's a little sad, but again, he's got his Battle Fury and 300 gold, so not the worst timing from him unless he dies.
And he might just die. Enrage is on cooldown. TP is available. In comes Rice Boy. Marshall has the heal, keeping Fume alive. Sleight of Fist, Remnant, both used by Rice Boy. The overgrowth comes in from Boax, and Rice Boy has overextended alone. Looking for the solo kill, but only finds a solo death.
Oh, the heal from the Solar Guardian. Like, honestly, one tick was enough there, and then the mech follow-up just made Rice Boy have no chance. And that was a great overgrowth by Bulljax. Well played, well responded by the Dire. What's their team name? Penjamin City. Well responded by
Penjamin
Penjamin City.
City. So yeah, it's a good day to buy mech once again, and that's the moral of the story. Buy mech. Just buy
Really?
mech. Yeah, Bishop also has the mech, but he's mostly playing the split action game, so we haven't seen too much mech. Over to top lane, onslaught forward by Bunions. Yeti pump fake the TP, but at this point, maybe he's just leaving him to die, actually. Bunions, Fume, they're both quite low. Fume will go down, but the trade will be there if Bodas can find one leech seed into one right click, but again, Bunion's too fast, a tree too slow. Over to bottom lane is an Invis Acid Rain hunting. I think he saw a Rice Bowl, he definitely saw Bishop, now still see both in the day vision. Impale Vendetta combo there on Veno. Veno still has the neck. Actually, he's just dead. 100-0. Couldn't neck off in time. Good play there from the side of Penjamin City, bringing down the very important Venomancer. And just like that, they'll parlay that kill into an attempted siege bottom lane.
Oh, he took so much damage there. 644 from the Nyx alone, and then he was perfectly stunned into the tornado, and he died when he dropped, so he couldn't even get the mech off. The Bloosher team, yeah, Pistia should have been playing with a sentry down here for sure, right? Like, there's no way that happens if he just has one sentry to protect him. So, a little bit of a misplay, I would say. But they do have all of their towers, and Yeti is still free farming. And that death for Ursa was so sad up top. He was literally like 20 gold away from his Battle Fury. He does have it now, so he'll be able to start to recover. He is the lowest net worth core.
At this point, it is Nature's Prophet #1, despite its poor lane start. And then the inverse is true as well. Despite Veno's great lane start, he's in that like sort of like 3rd to 5th net worth pack right now. His massive lane win has not turned into massive net worth. You see the bottom T1 go down to Marshall and Camel, but we may see a trade for that middle lane T1. Balljax is healing, and the TPs are on the way. Chains are missed, Impale stolen, onslaught forward, hits on acid between the two towers, Camel turns a cold snap, Limbus does a lot of damage into a one-man Impale, he's on both sides, into the Venomancer ultimate on Invoker and Tree, Rice Boy dives and Overgrowth will be there onto nobody, and now the dive continues, Bunions may go down, but so does Rice Boy actually, wait a minute, Rice Boy is destroyed, there's just too much damage, Ice Yeti wants to clean that up right now, it's already a 2-for-2 trade, but Marshall, he's still quite tanky, he'll run away. The T1 tower went down. What looked like a massive team fight win for the side of Make Bloosher great again turned into a relatively even trade.
It was a great Nature's Grasp by Bulljax. Rice Boy remnanted in, and he tried to put a remnant out to get away.
Oh, Acid Rain, the stolen. You were saying.
Ooh, yeah, well played, patience. Yeah, he tried to throw his remnant to get away, and Bulljax's Nature's Grasp slowed him to a crawl, so he didn't have the remnant out as fast as he wanted.
Oh no, it's Pistia again, top lane. Stolen Impale, missed by Patience, immediately pinged by Rice Boy, and our fight is over again. You're definitely more of an associate with the players in this team than I am. This team's got some good internal vibes, right? They're having a fun time right now.
They're fun to play with. Yeah, they're fun to play with. Honestly, like, I don't know, nothing tilts them too hard. You know, obviously some games are more frustrating than others, but like they're always down to go another game. You know, they have good spirits. They know how to take a loss or take a bad engagement and still like come out and win the game. You know, and game plan for what's going ahead. Yeti just finished his Gleipnir, by the way. That's an 18-minute Gleipnir. The route is going to be the route is really annoying for Dawn, right? It could be really annoying for Ursa. So like a Gleipnir into a Slight Chains could set up for Bunions to go in. And since he's position 4, he doesn't really care if he goes in and dies, right? Like, as long as he sets up enough damage for his team. And the top T2 tower is in danger.
Again, it's healed by Bulljax. That's plus 12 armor, plus some regen. It's delaying it, and it actually might prevent it if there's a fight around that tower. But again, look at Radiant. They've got 4 heroes staging the tower. The defense is on the way, however. Acid is invis via the Vendetta. The Dagon is standing under a Radiant Sentry Ward. Gleipnir, but Marshall comes in looking for Ice Yeti. Meanwhile, Pistia being gone on by Fume. Ice Yeti is dead. Pistia is dropping Fume. We'll get the kill there on Pistia. That's 2 core days already. And Bunions has to run away. Bulljax is the trade, but it's well worth it. Rice Boy looks to clean it up right now. Going on to Fume, who has no end rage. EMP zones away Rice Boy. Rice Boy remnants in. Looking for Fume again. Fume goes outside sight of fist. One more remnant is on the floor. He goes towards Marshall to the two-man chains. Rice Boy's popping off right now, doing so much damage. Double kill, triple kill for Rice Boy. He's just so powerful right now. What a great cleanup by Rice Boy.
Arcane Rune active. I was gonna say, like, it was maybe a mistake that they weren't there to back up Ice Yeti, but Rice Boy was just picking up that Arcane Rune. He knew how strong he would be with it, so that's a great cleanup for them.
Usually you lose both your cores like that and it's a lost fight, but no, not this time.
And the deaths for Nature's Prophet, they suck, obviously, but he just TPs instantly to the triangle, instantly gets to farm again. Meanwhile, Fume has to TP. He's TPing like to a lane, you know? He's gonna slowly hit some lane creeps. He is close to Blink, though. They do have the potential on Penjamin City. Once they get that
Yeti, Invis Acid Rain there again on Pistia. Pistia is simply dead. Not tanky enough, and now it's time to run away again. You cannot fight. You've lost your Veno.
I like Penjamin City's wards that they have. Look at the 3 wards they have in the top lane. 1, the Tinker ward on the cliff, the Outpost ward, and the Cliff ward to the right of that. So they are ready to defend that tier 2 tower with their lives. They know, yeah, that's the avenue for Bloosher to really start taking over the map into like a potential Roshan. So it's big for them to control that area. So well played by them to kill Pistia.
Yeah, even though Rice Boy won the team fight XP wise, the main reason for the team fight was defending that tier 2 tower. The tower was defended. That mission was accomplished. So map control is still not a disaster. Patience. They know Patience is there, by the way. They saw him place the ward, and I think they might just kill him. He'll lift Ann's TP. Cold Snap is in range, and Patience is now dead. D-ward accomplished. Patience's life lost. What can you do?
Nice try. He went for the classic solo smoke yourself as a support and get a deep ward down. And all of Penjamin City just kind of happened to be there, so a little unlucky.
Rice
Immediate
Boy
smoke up.
running. Vendetta, but no Impale. Carapace now Impale on top of that one. Rice Boy is dropping. He's Dagon down. And Bunions will have to run, but look how slow he is. He has no move speed now. He's got no HP. That's 2 more kills. In Penjamin City, they are really bringing it back right now. It was only a minor lead to begin with, but that lead has turned into no lead. Now top lane, it could be more. Marshall TP's into Pistia. There will be no kills, but again, the tower is defended. That's what matters right now. It's been a main objective for Boldax and company. Defend the tower. And it's been defended.
They're going into Roche. I wonder if Pistia's going to place a ward in the pit to scout it. Looks like he will.
Yeah, again,
he has
very low. Nova there on 3, but Fume wants the Roshan. Gleipnir will be there on Boldax. Who gets the Aegis? It's denied! No, it's not. He denied Boldax, then grabbed the Aegis, and he's TPing away. But the TP will not quite be in time. So no TP, no Enrage, no Boljax. He needs to blink away in time, and he will. Good blink from Fume. The onslaught a little bit slow from Bunions, and now it's Tornado on 2 to allow the retreat. But Camel is stunned by the neutral Ogre Centaur. Correction, the neutral Ogre Bruiser is what it's called, but this... If Campbell died there from that fucking ogre stun, man, that would have been so unfortunate.
Well, I've died to that before. It's pretty upsetting.
Like, I think if they knew he was about to be stunned by the ogre, then there'd be a kill on Campbell right now.
And we've got Acid hunting Rice Boy, who is a 300 or 100 gold from his BKB. They don't have Dawn to follow for another 10 seconds, so he just
kills him anyways. He's got the shard and the Dagon. He's just too much. He has the Grove Bow imp.
The shard, you're so right.
Meanwhile, mid lane, Bunions dies to the Camel Farmer Marshall combination as well. Wait, this Acid Rain, man. I mean, I called it a dumb item build, but apparently if you can one-shot the enemy middle laner, it's not a dumb item build.
That was great. And the death summary says that Rice Boy took 414 damage from number sign parentheses null parentheses. So looks like Gaben reached his hand in there to help him take some extra damage. I don't know exactly what that is.
Probably neutrals.
Something like that. But wow, yeah, you're so right. The Grove Bow plus the shard, reducing the magic resistance into the Dagon Impale. Like, that was a ton of damage. I didn't think he could do it by himself. Well played.
How much, the Dagon did 435 damage, which again is more than a level 1 Dagon. It's 400 before reduction. So he managed to make the reduction so low the damage went up. He's amped it beyond the reduction, which is impressive. Acid Rain, what you up to, buddy? Onslaught misses. Dust, however, will hit Acid. This time is overstayed his welcome, but again, you get information. Notice, that's 4 Radiant Heroes right there at the Tri-Camp, not farming, so you can split the map and get some money out of that one.
Yeah, Dawnbreaker has full pipe complete, so that's really helpful against the Venomancer, ulti, and the damage over time from him. And she's going for the Ags next, which I think could be really good. If you just ult on top of whoever's like caught in the stun, Icy Yeti's not going to be able to hit them unless he goes for MKB later on. So that'll reduce a lot of his effective damage. And if Icy Yeti is not able to fully right-click and they have the pipe and the Greaves, they might run into some damage issues on the Radiant. So we'll see if that
Camel
pays off.
has been spotted by a 3-man smoke gank. Onslaught into the dust, into the slight chains. Marshall looks to heal. Camel is low, and he's now healed up by Marshall. A huge turn by Penjamin City. 2 are already dead, but Inca fish to clean up the other side as well. It's Camel dead. 2-for-1 trade. Fume is being carried around, but he's doing so much damage right now. Yeti man's up. Fume dropping. Yeti dropping. Both will die. Bunyan's low. Pistia low. Pistia will attempt to DP, but it's canceled by his death. Now Bunyan's, the lone survivor, tries to DP away. And he will get away, but again, a fantastic turn. You lost your mid, you lost your carry, but it was well worth it. Not only do you kill 4, you still protect the T2 tower top lane. It's still alive, Simon. Look at this thing.
And Bulljax is alive to keep healing it. And he has a full blink. It's interesting. I noticed Bulljax did this yesterday. He says, fuck the shard. I don't want the shard. I just want the blink dagger. And I don't know. It's crazy. Most trees just auto-buy the shard at 15 minutes for the invis, extra move speed, and the extra setup and the root, but Bulljax prefers the blink. He makes it work for him. And I just want to say, like, did they reward the Tinker Ward up top? Because the Bloosher team has kind of been getting owned by that. They can just see when they're gathering the numbers to go top. And I think the Penjamin City, what these guys do really well, is like responding in mass to a fight, you know? Like, they are never afraid to bring 5 people to a fight and, like, you know, bring the fight back to you. So that they're always down to save their teammates. And look at Camel Farmer. He has a full Hex. That seems kind of scary.
And they're buying more and more lockdown, which a little bit scary. What's Acid up to? He's invis. But yeah, again, we're seeing a lot of players, both in Pro Dota and in LAD, start buying more and more hexes. That's been one of the big winners of the last few months. The good old Scythe of Ice, and yeah, it's a relatively early hex, but it's definitely worth it to scan.
I mean, it's literally the best item in the game, right? It's like basically the most expensive item with like the worst buildup, right? 2.8k for a Mystic Staff, 2k for an Ulti Orb. But it's just so good. I mean, having how long is the duration? A 3.5 seconds.
Middle lane, impale on Rice, but it's a 2-man impale actually. But Rice Blade remains alive. The Dagon was not enough damage. Glyph near the turn. Acid Rain, still technically alive, but now dead. I mean, it's, what, 2.5 seconds, I think, on X?
It's 3.5.
3.5 seconds, jeez.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I mean, it's so good. We'll see. Is Bloosher going to overstep here, trying to take this tower? The Nyx being dead for 30 is a really big window. I think they might get a tier 2 finally. The top tower hasn't worked out, so they'll just go mid instead.
Again, it's a tower to grab. That's finally some map control. You get that outpost afterwards. Get set up for that second Roshan, of course, when that happens. And again, it will be anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes from now. And again, we're seeing some real aggressive wards. We're seeing a very deep ward here from Bloosher. Yes, getting some good vision over in terms of the rotations into this dire jungle sort of area. So playing Roshan will be a lot harder. Even though this tower is still alive, there's no outpost, there's no mid tier 2, and Radiant have fantastic vision right now.
They're set up to play up here for a while. Some other key items. Bunions has finished his BKB, so now he can actually onslaught in and BKB and pulverize someone. You are able to onslaught and BKB in the middle of the charge, so he can kind of set it up and then pop it as soon as he needs it. He doesn't have to worry about the Nyx Impale or the Nyx Carapace to break his combo. So that'll be good extra setup for them. Double Force Staffs as well for Bloosher, maybe to help kite away from the Dawnbreaker ulti, and, I mean, I guess the tree ulti and stuff, so.
Seeing some TPs across the map. We're gonna have some action somewhere. The answer is pitch to bait. Whoa, we got one shot by Acid! Whoa!
He literally got soloed by Nyx. That's crazy. And that's only level 1 Dagon. Imagine what happens if he upgrades this thing.
All right, Simon, we have the counter to Mech/Guardian Greaves. Ensure the user cannot use it.
I mean, you're right.
Like,
Like, that's crazy. Wow, Pishu is just up a little too far there. He's definitely had a little bit of a rough one on the Veno. He had a pretty good lane. He's got the Devil's score line. He's 6 kills, 6 deaths, and 6 assists. So, and now look how big Ursa is. He has Blink, Basher, and a finished BKB. So if he gets on top of Nature's, if he gets on top of Veno, and he gets like 1 bash, even the Ember is in serious danger. Ember does have his finished BKB as well. So I think both teams are going to be pretty comfortable
Acid.
taking a fight.
He's going again, but the Guardian Greaves is off in time. So this time, Acid will get punished. He's pulverized and dead. Whose sentry word is that? Who is that? Is that Patience's? Good sentry word, Patience. You've saved your offlaner's life again.
Well done. Okay, and so Roche could be up, but it's a long spawn. So we'll see which team is able to control the area better. They have Treants and Veno wards to scout it for Team Bloosher, which is going to give them a pretty good advantage. And look at buying onions. Bunions even bought a gem. So they are ready to just totally sweep this area, take total control, and make sure that they don't give that second Roche to the Ursa team.
And I like that he's buying gem. I've noticed a lot of lads teams have been too reluctant to purchase a gem recently, and again, when you're in a position like this, you want to turn a relatively even game into a map control game where you win. This is a great item to have. As long as you don't lose it, it's a great item.
I totally agree with you. They get the top tier 2 for free. So the map state is definitely an advantage for Bloosher. It's going to take a pretty nice smoke, maybe a full wraparound or something from Penjamin City to get in there. However, Marshall has completed his Aghanim Scepter on the Dawnbreaker. So that gives 60% evasion. It's 3.5 seconds of bonus air time. So she's in the air for like 5 seconds or something, I think. So that could negate a lot of Ice Yeti's damage.
Oh, here we go. BKB from Bunny, but he's bashed! He's bashed by Fume. Fume is pulverized. Bunyan's dropping. Bunyan's is brought down. And now Fume wants one more. Heading to Pistia. Fume is rooted up by Rice Boy's chains. Gleipnir to follow. Fume, half HP. Has BKB still available now? Right as Acid is on the high ground. He has no way out. He's stuck in by Patience. Is there a Force Staff? Is there a Force Staff? There's no Force Staffs. How do they get him out of his high ground? Impale will miss, and now Pitch is being gone by the backlines on the dire side. He's going in, but Fume man's up, bashing down Pitchja. Marshall will Solar Guardian, doing so much heal right now. Rice Boy remnants away just in time, but now it's time to hunt. Blink forward by Fume. Rice Boy dropping. Rice Boy dead. Patience. He'll attempt the TP. I believe he'll get away in time. Ooh. Tornado just off the mark from Camel. Patience gets away, but again, another major win for Penjamin City, and they're walking to Roshan like, hey, shouldn't you be here by now? Probably, right. But he isn't.
I've got to say, I think Pistia is just a little too far up there. They rooted the Ursa, he got Gleipnir'd, and he just kind of kept chasing him. They should have just sat on this high ground area and stayed closer to the Roche pit, because him going a little too far.
Fume is diving the tower. Yeti has been demolished. Patient had a stolen Solar Guardian, but could not get that one off in time. Double kill for Acid Rain. Man, this is...
Bunyan's is hexed and ice walled.
Wait, we're not done yet. You're right. Bunyan's being gone on the river right now by Camel and apparently Bulljax. Bulljax is still nearby. Onslaught will not be there. Now Bulljax is forced to blink away as Bunyan's BKBs, but guess who arrives? It's Fume with a basher to once again slay Bunyan's. And finally, at long last, our good buddy Roshan has returned from this temporary bout of being dead. Wait a minute, are we not done yet?
Oh no.
We not? Nah, we're done. What were we saying?
I was just gonna say, I think Bloosher could have played this differently. I think they had such control over the area, I think, and I feel like Penjamin City was able to muscle their way in, even with Acid Rain cliffed for 40 seconds. They still were able to take a good fight and just slowly pick them off one by one. So well played by them. And I think this is, I mean, what's the win percentage showing for Penjamin City? Yeah, oh my god, that's like a 10%. It was already pretty in their favor, which is a little surprising to me, but it's way in their favor now.
Maybe the Dota Plus knew something we didn't know. The
It
good
must have.
chance it
I mean,
did.
the Ursa with full abyssal too. Like Ursa with the Basher, if he gets on top of
Rice
anyone, they're
boy,
dying.
is he dead immediately? He's dead immediately! That's overkill even to kill him.
That was well played by Marshall. The Ags for Solar Guardian allows you to choose when you come down to stun. So I think they needed that extra bit of stun just in case they didn't want him to remnant away. So it was really well played by him to just pop the ulti and then he pushed R again just to slam down and send him back to hell.
Man, Penjamin City. Penjamin City. I think again. I was concerned with their ability to get to this stage of the game, but it turns out I was concerned for no reason. They got out of what could have been a very dangerous laning phase into early slash mid game, and now in the late game, their draft is shining right now. It's again, if you make Bloosher great again, if you're Yeti, you just got to do your best game leap that speed impression, right? Start cutting these waves, correct?
Yeah, you've got to do something. So like, who can they kill? What the formula might have to be go find that Dawnbreaker because you can assume she'll be alone. That's often an avenue back into games against a Dawnbreaker is hope that her team's not around her and they're playing for her Solar Guardian and maybe you can get a freebie on her. She does have a full halberd and the shard now, so she is tanky as all hell. Has some magic immunity to play with as well, so man, it's just not looking good for Bloosher.
Man, again, this is if you make Bloosher great again, not a loss you want to happen. So I mean, these are longtime rivals, and they were down. If they lost the series 0-2 on Penjamin City, they'd be 1-5. But instead, they're about to make Bloosher great again to 2-3. Both of these teams are going to be 2-3 if the results stand as they currently look. And neither of these teams want to be 2-3. Neither want to be 2-4 even, and one of them has to be 2-4 if that happens. So this is a high stakes group stage game right now. There's a lot of like implications on the group stage for this.
Definitely, and isn't I think people are this group looks like the bloodbath group, right? Like there might be some good teams that don't end up making it out. I don't know I don't know the groups that well off the top of my head, but I don't know. You definitely yeah.
All I gotta say, Simon, is Group Mini needs to drop the ego. I got all the bloggers and all the vocal gamers in that group, so they think they're better. But no, there's a lot of really good teams in Group Mickey. I don't know.
Which group is this one? I don't know.
This is Group Mini. You know, it's our.
This is Mini. Okay, yeah.
It's our Mickey Mouse season. You know, so it's important to.
Oh yeah, I love the group names. Okay, yeah. So this is the more vocal group, but definitely, I mean, there's like a lot of good stacks in this group for sure. So, you know, you don't want to fall too far behind and have to make a crazy lower bracket run.
Yeah, and again, it's one of those things where just being in the winners bracket. Again, you see it in Pro Dota, you see it in Lads. It's useful to be in. Again, Mabush were the exception, not the norm, in that they managed to have that historical losers run last season. Teams tend not to do that in Lads, so it's certainly good to start winning Dota 2 games.
Well, I mean, my team last season, we were in the upper bracket. We won one playoff series and lost 2 playoff series, and that was still like good enough for us to be top 6 for overall for the season.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, upper bracket is just easier. You know, you got more leeway. You got 2 lives.
You know, Bunnies is dead. We're gonna ignore that. Actually, no, he's being and TPing. He's not dead. He's gonna barely live here. No, he didn't. Was that a solo TP? Was that a solo? Where was that TP to? Was that a solo TP? It felt slow to me.
It did seem kind of slow. The pure damage.
Well, Missile Blade there on the Ember as well. Rice Boy has to remnant away the heal from Pistia. Ooh, this is a dangerous team. There's just so much gang squad right now.
Their global presence is insane now. Acid's got level 3 on his Dagon, and he's hunting for more. They're looking at Pistia. They have a sentry.
That's a bait play from Pistia. Oh, Acid has been punished. Well, they have good gang potential. One key problem. So the Aegis just expired for Fume. That's the second one of the game that has just been lost. And there is one very, very obvious flaw right now for the side of Penjamin City is, sure, they can keep winning the game, but how do they convert a winning game state into an actual game win? These heroes are notoriously poor hitting buildings. Dawnbreaker, not a good building hitter. Ursa, notoriously bad carry hitting buildings. Invoker, with the alacrity and the Force Spirits, is okay, but only okay. This is not good siege at all. Middle
You're
lane.
definitely right.
Missile Blade. Oh, God. Well, turns out that's the ACH high ground. You ensure the enemy is not there to defend their high ground. Over to bottom lane, it's Rice Boy getting hexed by Camel. Rice Boy has a defensive remnant. He'll get away, but again, if you keep losing heroes, then you cannot defend high ground. That's the moral of the story, apparently.
I think Patience might be in trouble. Never mind. He's safe for now. You're right, though. They do have problems sieging the base. Ursa's not that great at it. Dawnbreaker is building an AC. With an AC plus Alacrity and some Forge Spirits hitting, they'll be able to take the base, but I don't think they can necessarily siege the base. So they'll definitely have to, like, win a team fight or get a key pickoff. And they've got the lineup to do it. We've seen Acid on the Nyx with either the Camel Farmer follow-up, who has Refresher complete, by the way. He went for Octarine Refresher, so he's got double Hex to play with and double Fat Meteors. No Cataclysm just yet. But they've got crazy pickoff potential. And look at the smoke from Rice Boy and Bunions.
It's a bold,
Narrowly
it's a bold
avoiding
play.
Penjamin City.
A very, very bold play to make that kind of maneuver. But again, it's better to go out and try than just sit in your base and die. And well, speaking of dying, it's Patience in the bottom lane. Over to that smoke gank. It's still continuing. They use another smoke. They really want this gank to succeed. They see Camel. He has no BKB, but he has a Hex, and he has another Hex. They see Bulljax, I think, as well, barely now. Yeah, they'll see Bulljax. Onslaught forward, Bulljax. He blinks away in time. The dust is there, but at this point, it's an absolute disaster. Yeti will TP in. Glaive Marshall, a much better target with the Greaves on cooldown. He doesn't have Breach. He's going to die here. Tornado will hit on Ember. Marshall will Solar Guardian to heal himself at this point. Now Rice plays the BKB. Yeti's the BKB. They've already turned it around. Bunny's a stop looking at stun Camel. Camel is stunned, but in comes Pistia. Now looking for Marshall. It's an absolute split chaos right now. Boldice brings in, looking for Yeti. Fume is arriving. Pistia is still trying to kite around, but at this point, he's stunned. Camel dead, but the trade is for Yeti. Vendetta, Dagon, Impale, Pistia dead. 2 down on Make Bloosher great again, and it is time to run. It is time to leave. You've lost another team fight. You importantly kill the Invoker, but it's still a lost engagement.
27k lead. The one downside I have with this play from Bloosher is, like, Camel Farmer has travels, Dawnbreaker has her ulti, so, like, they've got the ability to respond to, you know, a pickoff, even if it's, like, not near a tower that they can TP to. So, well played by Penjamin City. Acid Rain on the Nyx, he's only 1,000 gold, less than that, short of the Pistia Venomancer.
Bunions is so incredibly dead, isn't he? Yeah, he is incredibly dead right now.
It's so satisfying to kill people with the Vendetta right click. That feels so good. Acid Rain hits him with the voice lines too.
That is how it goes. I mean, it's been a... Ooh, good lift reaction from Patience. I think he actually might even have that pre-casted, which is important, because if you get that Abyssal off, I'm pretty sure Patience gets 100 to 0 in a matter of 1 Abyssal duration.
Yeah, definitely. And the AC is only 200 gold away from Marshall. And there is no Treant Protector for Bloosher, so the kills lead into Fume with like 20 attacks on the tower, so it's almost dead in the mid lane. Roshan will respawn in 10 seconds as well, so this third Rosh, we'll see what item it has, and Ags would be insane for the Invoker. He's probably banking on it with his build. A Refresher Orb would be really great as well for like a double Overgrowth or a double round of some of Marshall's spells, potentially.
Well, it is a Refresher, which is nice, but top lane? Overgrowth dodged by Rice Boy. Intentional or not, fantastic escape. In comes a TP from Yeti. Gleipnir on to Marshall, looks for the heal. Rice Boy, Remnants back into the fight once again, but now he's low on mana. Needs to be a little bit careful here. Gem is recovered by Acid Rain. That was Bulljax's gem. And now, Rice Boy, he's juking, but he has been found. Starbreaker stuns. Remnant up now. Use Acid. Focuses Yeti. Yeti gets nearly one-shot again by Acid Rain. Back over to Rice Boy. He has no mana, so there's no way out but him perishing. That's 2 cores for 1 Treant Protector. Not an ideal trade once again.
Acid's damage it's ridiculous. Pull up a Nature's Prophet's death summary. He just took almost 3k damage from the Nyx. So Maybe he could have used a Satanic this game on Yeti in hindsight. You know, he went for AC and Crystallis and Pike. I kind of feel like the Satanic would have helped him against getting the manned up on by the Ursa, manned up on by the Dawn.
He needs an Aeon Disc at this point, man. That's what he needs.
For real though.
Oh, man. Fume. I mean, he's tanking a lot of Venom spell. That's a lot of debuffs on Ursa, but Ursa cares not. Has BKB, has Enraged, has Satanic, and now has a range ranks dead top lane. Bunyan's pulverizes Ursa. Ursa is dropping these heals, but he's not healed enough by Marshall. The pulverize canceled the Solar Guardian channel. So now Marshall is forced to hammer away. The rock will hit on Acid Rain. Pishtio wants to leave his base, hunting for more kills. He's forcing himself forward. Marshall hammers away. So again, you get some barracks, but it costs you Fume. That's a big life to lose. Nearly 2,000... Correction, nearly 2,500 gold being fed from him dying.
Yeah, he took almost 2.5k damage over a long period of time from the Veno there. So even though they had Ember and Ice Yeti dead, yeah, a little bit of an overstep, but Roche is up. So I think Penjamin City, as long as they secure the next Roche, the game, and take a good team fight after, the game is looking pretty much theirs.
Oh no, Acid Rain's hunting. Acid Rain is hunting. Acid Rain is hunting. There's no Sentry Ward. Pishtio's dead again. Oh no! And Bunyan's was ready, but he still wasn't fast enough. Oh no. Poor Pishtio. Is this the worst game Pishtio's ever had in Lads?
I'm not sure, but it's definitely not. It's not great.
Over the top lane. It's the Dead Rice Boy as well. That's 2 cores down. No, Acid. Not again. Don't do. No, not again. Not again. Not again. He's dead again. Oh, no. Please cancel the TP. Yes, he's canceled the TP. Pulverize on Nyx, but Nyx is still running away. Has armor. He's gonna die. They finally kill this man.
It's gonna be Roche secured, though.
That's the problem. Roshan's alive and being taken by, well, no Ursa, but with Ursa arriving, that'll be a lot faster. You know,
I just realized, sorry, Acid has 18 total kills this game. That is insane. That's insane.
Like, if I'm making my, first team all-entertaining team in Lads, Acid's gotta be on it, I think. That guy is just...
Oh, definitely.
This is wild. Again,
You go ahead,
Yeah, he's just such a... I mean, it doesn't always work, but when it works, it's just so entertaining.
Yeah, I agree. I had the pleasure of playing with him in the Lads Little season. What was that? A little under a year ago or so? But
something like that,
yeah. So he's a great player.
Pishtio's dead again, by the way. 100-0. A little bit of overkill, one might say, but hey, he's dead with no buyback, and Marshall wants more. Tornado splits the wickets, but the tower cannot juke in that fashion. T3 mid dead, range racks dead, melees again under attack. It's a very alacrity buffed bear slapping the buildings. Brick and mortar in a pile of rubble at this point. Fuse being kited around, but he cares not. Mid racks fully dead. Rice Boy is trying. He is trying. But again, it feels somewhat futile to defend right now. Bunyan's, he's hexed! What a great hex timing! Oh no, forces, get Bunyan's away. Sunstrike! Sunstrike hits! He buys back instantly. Fume still has 2 lives. Marshall will Solar Guardian the zone away. Pulverize. That'll be on the Dawnbreaker, who's half HP, has attempt to heal, had the Guardian Grease, but she's in back right now. So Marshall is going to eventually die. Right? He's still dropping. He's still surviving. There's no way he lives. And Rice Boy actually dies. Nobody's dead for Penjamin City. Fume is still in possession of the Aegis. He's being kited around by a Satanic. He's in the fountain, but he's still fighting. He's pulverized up. Hex on Bunyan's. He's in the fountain. Sunstrike misses. Ursa man fights. Patience dead. Yeti dead. Oh, dear God, please. Put 2 G's in the chat. This game is over. Fume blinks away. But again, there is nothing they can do right now. It's being kited around. Marshall somehow still alive. Yeti buys back. It's desperation time. They need this fight to be won on Make Bloosher great again. It's a must-win team fight. Marshall, Starbreaker's in place for the Magic Immunity. Bunyan's blinks in, but he's knocked back by Camel. Pishtio has the ultimate, but is instantly destroyed by Fume. Balljax might finally die. Marshall somehow TP's away. Onslaught forward. Fume is being stunned. He's half HP, lifted up again, but still has BKB and Satanic. Marshall has healed this man, and Fume wants more. He's hunting. He's hunting. Yeti has no buyback. He's gonna be dead again. That's a dieback on the Furion. Tornado on Patience. Patience is hexed as well. He's going to die. Bulljax buys back. Fumes in the fountain. He went all the way into the fountain again. Impale on Bunions. Bunions to fall. Veno somehow got buyback in the middle of that team fight in the all chat. It's all chatting time. There's still no G's in the chat. Make Bloosher great again. They have incredible resilience to not call it right now, and there's 2 G's. Pishy has said, I have had enough. It's game 2 time. But for game number 1, it will go to Penjamin City in a nearly 50-minute fashion.
So is there any question on the MVP? Because it's got to be Acid Rain, right?
It's gotta be Acid Rain, yeah.
Wow, so well played. Bloosher, they were in a good spot like early on. They came out pretty ahead from the lanes, I would say, but maybe knocking their heads against the wall a little too much at that top T2 tower. They took a couple bad fights, and then it was that second Roche fight that they took where Acid Rain got cliffed and they still lost the fight. It was really hard after that point for them. So well played by Penjamin City.
I would like to give honorable MVP mentions to Marshall and to Rice Boy, but again, you gotta give the Acid Rain there.
Yeah, I mean, what, 18 kills on Nyx, literally solo killing cores with his shard and Dagon level 1. Like, that's crazy. But I think the Dawnbreaker pick was like instrumental to their draft. Having the global heal presence was like so big, actually. And also maybe a little underrated aspect is the Dawnbreaker Celestial Hammer breaks trees, and it breaks like a lot of trees. It's not like Power Shot, right, where it breaks like 1 or 2. So having that against the Sprout on the Natures is actually really strong as well. So like later on, if your teammate gets rooted, you just throw the hammer and you can break the root. So definitely, yeah, a good overall draft from them. They said we don't care the lanes that much. We know what we got in our draft, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, a number of the teams this season have gone for that sort of approach, and again, not all teams are necessarily winning games, but it's good to see there's a variety of ways to winning these Dota 2 games still. Always room to throw in lads, always room to have some creative control still, and again, at this point, it's game 2 time. It's definitely game 2 time again. If you make Bloosher great again, it's not me for I think for both teams, I wouldn't say it's a must win, but it's like a tier below a must win game, where it's an important game to win.
I agree. A 2-0 for Penjamin City would just, yeah, that would propel them to the rest of the group stage, you know? It'd be a great win for them to get. And an 0-2 for Bloosher would not feel too great. They got 0-2'd in their first series and then 2-0'd next, so you'd like to at least, hopefully they can make adjustments, be that in the draft or whatever. Again, I will say again, I this is just personal preference, but I just think Pisha is better if he has like a big team fight spell. Like if he can go in and do some crazy stuff. Like the Veno was good in the lane. It made Fume have a hard game, but in the game after that, like I don't know, it left a little bit to be desired. Like it didn't. It felt like it was a little underwhelming, unfortunately.
As the treasurer of the Please Pick Cool Heroes Union, I'm very happy to see Venomancer lose. Always celebrating that one.
Definitely one of the most annoying heroes to play, especially if you are a support player, and especially if you like things like Abaddon, right? Isn't he like the most? He's pretty annoying if you're Abaddon because you just get hit by the wards all the time.
It was
I guess you
fine
don't care
until
that
the
much, but
like once the new shard came out, then it became a problem because before you would just put on shields and put on heals and you would buy ags, but now if he has the shard, you shield your teammate, he gets fucking stunned. I'm like, oh, I've stunned
yeah,
my
that's
teammate.
so. Did Pistia get the latent toxicity this game? Because that could have been pretty good against the Ursa because his ulti dispels him and a BKB. So I don't know if he ended up getting that or not. I didn't really see, but I mean, I don't think that would have changed the game that much. I think Bloosher lost maybe just from some team moves. Even you could even go even further back. Like remember when Pistia died in the bottom lane by his tier 1 tower
He
to
did
Nyx?
he did buy, yeah.
Okay, he did buy it. But like they didn't have sentries bottom and they just kind of got set up on like they could have been in a really good spot if they held their 3 tier 1 towers for a long time. So I'm gonna be right back, Badger. I've got to use the restroom, so give me like 2 minutes.
Go for it. I will be here. I'm just talking to the teams of the lobby, informing them of who has pick or side for game two. I open my notepad file. It says, and I quote, G1 flip winner, colon, Penjamin City, hyphen, chose Dyer. And then next line, make Bloosher great again, shows second. So again, they've chosen second. I've asked Bjax if he wants Radiance or Dyer. I will assume it's Dyer. People tend to choose Dyer. I'm also asking him to tag the team because it's what I do. Ask people to tag teams, and there we go. Pisha has given me the affirmative G. I am now waiting for another affirmative G. And when I receive it, I know, Pisha, you've already put a G in the chat. That's now 4 Gs in the chat, but I'm not waiting on you to say G. I'm waiting on this guy to say, see, second, in all caps, 1 AFK. See? This is why I was waiting, Pisha. You see, I'm waiting for this guy. By the way, please hire me. I just got fired today by BTS, so this is more of a let go than fired. But again, if you're looking for a commentator or an admin for your leagues, I'm around. I admined the last 7 BTS Pro Series Americas. Been taking on more and more of a larger role every single time. Again, last 2 Pro Series, I got a fairly significant role on the NA/SA end. Thought my tournaments went really well. So again, if you're got any connections or you work for, I don't know, ESL, PGL, whoever, I mean, certainly keep me in mind. The players liked me, the casters liked me, BTS liked me, and you will like me too, hopefully. And again, if you want a commentator, I definitely prefer to do that. But if you're giving me money, I'll take money. I am suddenly in a significant need of money, so yeah. But I digress. My self shilling is now over because our Dota game will once again begin. Do I have the correct team? I do have the correct teams. But yeah, both teams 2 and 3 right now. Again, it's actually the exact same pick and side as last game. Make Bloosher great again played Radiant second pick of last game. Penjamin City played Dire first last game, so we'll once again at Penjamin City playing Dire first and Make Bloosher great again playing Radiant second. Um, so yeah, we are running it back in that sense. I mean, again, in general, I think it was in Knoxville who made a tweet or said it was like Dire second is by far the best, but then like Radiant second versus Dire first, the relatively similar win rates. So again, do you prefer second pick? Do you prefer the Dire? I mean, well, about a lot of personal preference there, I'm sure. And even some teams have been prioritizing first pick. I know Ravens of South America and Nouns and Shopify of North America have been actually prioritizing first pick sometimes for certain hero selections. At least that was the case when I was running Pro Series. So always some fun times there. Over at the
Badger.
oh, welcome back, Simon. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are game 2 finally.
So who chose what here? Did Penjamin City choose Dyer again, or
Yeah, it was priority for Bloosher. They chose second, and Pentman chose Dyer.
there you go?
But I'm also gonna grab some water, so I will leave you with some 3 bands on the screen. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Sounds good. We'll see what Bloosher bands here. I wish I had it pulled up from the last game. Ricky and Tusk seems pretty similar to what Penjamin City did. I think there's nothing too different from the bands. We'll see if they pick Tree again. Oh no, there was a Lena band last game, so Lena was left in the pool. So Penjamin City snatched that up. So Fume definitely has his heroes that he's really good at. I wonder how much of the carry Lena he's played. I'm sure he can play it very well. But maybe there's the potential for Camel Farmer to take that mid. Again, I don't know if that's one of his heroes, but and so Treant is in the pool. I think people like Treant against Lena for the armor. It's also really strong, so they will snatch it up. And as far as other meta heroes, do they just take Nature's Prophet again to maybe try and outrange Lena or maybe outposition her? That could be an option for them. Well, yeah, so Nature's is still in the pool. I'm sure there's some other annoying heroes that I'm not thinking of. They could just pick Drow potentially if they want to pick their safe lane and if they like the Drow matchup. Nope, they go for Snap. Nice. I almost wish they had picked the Snap instead of the Veno in the last game. This has a lot of flex potential for this team. Price Play can play it mid. They can play it on both supports. Pishja can play it in the off lane. So good team fight with the AoE root from the Overgrowth on tree, and then of course the kisses. And then if it is core, you definitely I think want to see the Ags build to spit people on top of the Lena and make her life a little hard. And Primal Beast picked up there. Primal Beast is definitely he's definitely one of the quote unquote counters to the tree, just because his charge is good against the treant. It didn't really come to fruition that well in the last game, but we'll see. On this team, I honestly don't know. I think that's Marshall's hero. Almost certainly that's Marshall's hero. I'm sure Acid Rain can play it on 4, but I don't know if Camel Farmer plays it, so we'll see. That looks like their carry and their POS 3, which is maybe a little bit of a weird spot for their draft. Undying gets banned. Undying is a lot more popular. It seems like a good ban. You don't want Lena to have an easy melee 5 to lane with. If this is like Bulljack's Primal Beast, that would be sick. Like position 5 Primal Beast, but I highly doubt it. And we are going to have a slew of Yeti heroes banned by Penjamin City. They take out the Ursa, they take out the Weaver. We'll see if they take out Chaos Knight. I wonder how well Chaos Knight fares into Lena. With her Maelstrom, she probably clicks down the illusions decently. What else does Yeti like that's good against Lena? Maybe Drow, just to have a ranged carry. But I would guess it's something like Chaos Knight. And the Nyx is definitely a good ban in this game against the Snapfire. And because Acid Rain had like almost 20 kills on that, he was literally solo killing everybody with his level 1 Dagon into the Shard build, which is so crazy. I'm definitely going to try that in some of my games. That looked like so fucking fun to play. Okay, they take out the Drow. I like that ban from Penjamin City. I guess so. You could say maybe one advantage. I've said this in pretty much all the games that I've cast, but the team that has the second pick, they get this 15 pick, and usually you have like 2 supports and 1 core showing. That way you get to last pick your 2 cores, and the enemy team only gets 1 like potential counter pick to it. But with Penjamin City, with the first pick here, they have the potential to just double pick the Bulljacks and the Acid Rain heroes based on what they see. So giving the supports maybe a little bit of more priority in the draft.
I know you
I'm almost
mentioned
certain. Oh yeah,
last
go ahead.
game that Snapfire is a hero that's very flexible for this team. They got multiple Snapfire players, and right now it's a 2 through 4 flex, which is really helpful.
Definitely, yeah. They're taking a long time to think about this ban. They banned Wyvern. Does that mean they want Pango or something? Or
Wait, why
maybe
is
that's
Furion
just a
not
good.
banned? Why is Furion not? There are 5 bans in there on both teams. There's 4 picks. Why? Okay, wait a minute. Wait. Why is Furion uncontested and there's a Slardar in my fucking video game?
That's interesting. Yeah, that's like definitely the most meta hero that's not there. I guess they don't want Natures on Bloosher because Primal Beast is really good against Natures because he charges through all the trees and can get on top of him. Maybe that's their reasoning. And then for Penjamin City, I don't think they are going to pick their own. I don't think they're going to pick Natures because I'm pretty sure Primal Beast is Marshall and I'm pretty sure Lena is going to be Fume. So they want Omni Knight against the Slardar. I do
So
know that I do know that Pishja has like crushed Lena's with Slardar before. Because if you get on top of him, even with his BKB, you pop your Mask of Madness and keep bashing him. We'll see if Omni Knight is enough of a deterrent for them.
There's two options to counter Slardar. One is you purge off Slardar spells, i.e., Omni, or a hero like Oracle, or a hero like Abaddon. The easier one is just get excessive amounts of armor. I mean, Sven obviously has it built in, but if you don't have, say, an Omni on your team, you can do against Slardar to start buying Wraith Bands. I had a game in Slardar the other night. I just bought 4 Wraith Bands.
There you go. What
Um,
hero were you?
I was a Lifestealer. I just bought 4 Wraith Bands. That was great.
That's smart, yeah, because that's a bad matchup for Lifestealer. So you could probably man fight him pretty decently.
Yeah, I went Phase Armlet, Shard, 4 Wraith Bands, and at that point I had like 36 armor. I could manfight Slardar or something. Yeah.
That's great.
So it's
Yeah,
great. It's great tech to beat. I can't wait to see Fume buy 4 Wraith Bands on Linda.
yeah. Let's see it.
He won't do
Well,
it, but I hope he does.
we'll see what they want against the Omni Knight. Are there any like dirty picks they could take? The having a purge, right? Like a basic dispel purges the Guardian Angel, right? And it also purges the Heavenly Grace. So maybe they go for like a purge hero. I'm not sure what that would be really, but
Neither do I. I mean, most heroes do not have a purge, and most heroes that do have a purge are not Dota heroes currently.
yeah, like maybe Invoker with the tornado or something.
Oh yeah, How good's Rice Boy's Invoker? Is it good or?
I'm not sure.
'Cause
I'm sure he plays it though. He plays pretty much all the mid heroes as far as I know. So.
that's like the one hero that has a purge that's actually half viable, and it's actually an AOE purge as well, which sounds useful into AOE Guardian Angel.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see. To me, I think this is probably Bunyan's Snapfire and Pistis Lardart. That seems like a pretty strong lane that could get on top of the Lina.
Whoa there. That's a Yeti hero. I mean, again, we mentioned last draft and this draft the idea of this sort of Ice Yeti hero. Again, heroes like Ursa, Weaver, CK come to mind, but PL is certainly one of those Yeti heroes, that's for sure.
So it's one of his best slash favorite heroes, but I don't know about that into the Primal Beast early. PL hates like super high magic damage like burst in the early game because you just clear out his illusions before he's strong. You can make his life really hard, and I'm a little worried that a Starfall plus a Trample and an Onslaught is gonna like that's insane nuke damage for him. So we'll see. That seems like a hard matchup.
I've been giggling to myself for the last 12 seconds. I figured out Fume's build.
Okay.
Travels, 4 Wraith Bands, Mjolnir. That's his
Honestly,
build this
yeah.
game.
He might go for Mjolnir if they feel like they need it. But honestly, I don't even know if Gleipnir might be enough. I don't know. I'm not sold on the PL pick. I'm rooting for him, but I'm not sold on it just yet. Like the PL Treant lane seems like it could get abused by a Primal Beast Mirana. So we'll have to see how it plays out in the game.
I think there's definitely some Maelstrom item coming, whether it's the Mjolnir or the Gleipnir for Lena. You throw in the PB damage, you throw in the Mirana damage. There's still a counter pick for the last remaining hero for Penjamin City. At that point, you throw in more AoE, and it's getting a little bit scary in terms of our ability for PL to play Dota 2.
Yeah. I guess the one upside, I guess, is I mean, if he gets late enough, Omni Knight doesn't really interact that well with him, and he hates a ton of illusions, burning all his mana with Diffusal Blade. But we'll have to see. Also, the Omni Knight is an interesting pick. Definitely not in the meta at all. Really, it's basically a direct response to the Slardar. I like this hero. I think he can be fun to play, but it just feels so underwhelming to me all the time. Like even with the new Hammer of Purity, like you get 1 point in the lane, and that's like pretty much it, right? And like you're just a repel bot basically the rest of the game. So yeah, we'll see. He could use a little retooling, maybe like a different shard. Is his shard degen aura now?
Yeah,
That's not.
I don't think you buy it, but it is there. Yeah.
It's a bit. way back when I was first playing Dota in Warcraft 3. This is like 2009, 2010. I thought Omni Knight was the most overpowered hero. Me and my brother both did because he would
Omni
get his
Knights?
degen aura and he would get boots and he would just slowly run you down. And this was before we knew you could just like TP away. So we thought Omni Knight was like the most broken hero. We would get so mad.
I don't know. Younger me thought like Ricky was OP, Bounty Hunter, Axe, Sniper, like these kind of heroes. I mean, Lena. These are kind of heroes we thought was like, oh my god, Lena, Laguna Blade, Sniper, so much damage. Ricky's Invis, Omni Knights.
Hey, we were bad. We were bad.
I was bad too, but like I don't know. I'm not even sure if I knew Omni Knight was a thing back then. I really don't.
Lesh is a great pick, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
They banned Pango and Ember, so maybe a missed ban. I think like Lesh with Repel and Guardian Angel running in seems like he might not care about Slardar and stuff. So I think this is a really solid pick for Penjamin City. We'll see what Rice Boy's gonna play.
Yeah, I like this Penjamin City draft about 75% more than the Make Bloosher Great Again draft. I think this is a draft win. I think, actually, ironically, the reverse of last game has to happen. I think Make Bloosher Great Again. I don't know. I think they need to win the lanes, but I also think they're going to lose the lanes, you know?
Yeah, we'll see. I think I do agree. I think I prefer Penjamin City's draft, but I'm going to predict that Bloosher wins the game somehow through some kind of craziness.
I
I
got
think
PL Zeus Slardar,
Pishja's gonna
bro.
pop off. That's what I predict. I predict a Pishja pop off game with this weird Slardar set that I've never seen. He looks like a predator with this like helmet or face cosmetic.
Meanwhile, we got Bunions here riding a muted aisle, so he's ready to game. Shout out to shout out to the three people who just got my reference, by the way. Shout out to the three people who got the reference. But again, I see PL Zeus Slardar. I think game's over. I see Dyer has Lena. I'm like, I hear it's good, and then I'm like, yeah, game's also over.
We'll see how Fume does on it. Surely he can play it. I'm sure he's got some practice games in. But it seems pretty decent for Lena because only the Slardar can really get on top of her. And later on, like I don't know how much she cares about PL's illusions and stuff, just because she attacks so fast and she'll get like 5 Maelstrom procs. She has some AoE spells as well, which she might max because there's no Rubik to be afraid of stealing them. So, well, yeah, we'll see. I definitely have some worries for Bloosher.
All right, again, we are seeing the very long Penjamin City copy pasta from Bulljax. But if you are just joining us, welcome to game number 2 of Make Bloosher Great Again, who lost game 1 on the Radiant side, taking on Penjamin City, who won game 1 on the Dire side. Wait, I said that wrong. What doesn't really matter? It is it is Penjamin City versus Make Bloosher Great Again. My name is Badger.
Right.
I am.
You said it right.
Did I?
Yep, you said it right.
Oh, regardless, I am joined by Simon on the microphone today for our second of this 2-game group stage series. I don't know what Fulcrum is, but apparently they're not subscribed to it on the Dire side, and again, we're seeing a 4-man movement into the Radiant jungle. They're certainly faded Denaho as it currently stands if they run into Yeti. But Yeti is currently not interested in engaging with the all chatters.
Both safe laners AFK at their tower. No crazy starting items. Acid goes the greedy Wraithband plus Tango's build, which is good. It's not bad, you know, but maybe just a little greedy. Patience starts Ring of Protection, which... Wait, so what is he laning against? Oh, laning against Mirana. So he wants to be able to trade against the Mirana, and Mirana has a Wraithband to trade against the tree. That's pretty much it from starting items.
Such a good item, actually. I love me some Wraithband. I wish I played Wraithband heroes more often. I would buy so many Wraithband if I played Wraithband heroes and not like Abaddon.
You should go Wraithband on Abaddon and try it out.
I've tried. Well it's you're better off buying like if you're gonna do that, you're better off just buying over Venom plus Regen over Wraithband.
Okay, makes sense. Well, I'm interested to see how well Omni Knight does here. I feel like he could potentially get clicked down by Bunions plus Pisha, and look, he even goes the Chad Purification level 1. Not even getting his Hammer of Purity.
It's not too shocking, and it's not only a massive nuke for level 1 nuke standards, but it's also a heal, so it's a 180 sort of damage delta in the trades, and a lot of like a lot of what the game's been for the last, like, I don't know, 18 or so months has been, you know, 4s and 5s and like these 4s and 5s in the 1v1 trades. And again, if you can get the spell on the enemy 4 support, it's a great spell to trade with.
Definitely. And if Slardar ever gets on top of Lena, that's a free, just as you said, 180 damage, swing there. A heal on the Lena plus damage to the Slardar, so.
Onions really wants a pull, and again, Bulljax, he's taking a lot of damage for it, but again, mission accomplished. Pop the heal, and suddenly there's a God Gamer alert in the chat once again, so, I'm being asked in Twitch chat whether or not you're allowed to call no all if they're doing this on the Penjamin City side. I'm gonna say yes, but I'm an acting caster right now, not an acting admin. Go ask Admin Badger later.
I would say just mute him if it bugs you.
We have standards here, bro. This isn't the DPC. We have standards on all chatting.
That's true. Well, so I'm worried for PL in this bottom lane. I think at level 3, when Marshall has 2 points in the trample, it could get pretty dicey. So we'll see. Acid gets a full big camp pull off, and they have done a good job of creating some lane control here on the side of Bloosher in the top lane. So level 3 with level 2 snap, like level 3 Pistia with 2 points in the bash, and level 2 Bunions with the cookie, Fume could be in trouble.
I like what Rice Boy's doing mid. I mean, he's winning mid right now, and I saw him earlier. He used, actually, bottom lane, might see first blood. Marshall's going on in with the trample. Patience is dropping. Marshall is low as well. Patience is being dove in the tower. Perhaps both might even die here. First blood goes to Marshall, but the trade, Yeti wants it, has stick and lance if he wants to use it. Marshall's juking, dies to tower. But mid lane, Rice Boy has used the heavenly jump to dodge split earth, which again, if you're doing that, then Camel's down a lot of mana and you just do a lot of damage. So maybe Rice Boy just here to pop off this game after again, he had a very good game 1 as well. So maybe he wants a back-to-back great game this series.
Yeah, but if Zeus gets a lot of farm, there's the potential. Leshrac doesn't like getting like poked from a distance because he has to walk in to do his damage, so he puts himself in potential danger of getting like bolted and nimbused and like nuked down like crazy. But I'm worried about him because Zeus is kind of greedy. You need a lot of farm, and the tempo with the Lena hitting towers and the Leshrac hitting towers could be pretty good for Penjamin City.
Euro missed by acid bottom. There's some major trades on both of these side lanes right now, but nobody's dying quite yet. But I am moderately scared I'm about to miss a kill in the next like 4 minutes. Like, I really am. There's no guarantee. I mean, I pay attention, but like, I'm afraid to say there's like 2 fights going on at the same time, right? Say one happens top, one happens bottom. That's like, all right, where do I look when? You know what I mean?
I agree. It's kind of on a knife's edge. The lane is in such a good spot for Pistia, though, and it has been for a while. Bunyan's blocked the small camp, so the lane's just going to sit here while Pistia kind of farms freely. He's literally top of the CS with 6 denies, even.
I'm being flamed in my own Twitch chat right now. This is unacceptable.
Ban him, ban him.
I'm not going to. Of course not. Of course not.
Well, you just have to threaten the ban.
I don't ban in Twitch chat unless I'm paid to ban in Twitch chat. No. It's we're coming into the first night right now. It's still 1-1 in kill score right now, but Pistia is popping off top lane as bottom lane trades as well. But top lane, Pistia is looking for a bash. Has it on Fume right now. Cookie into the bash. Fume is taking the creep wave right now. Bulljax has the heal, but Fume is still dropping right now. Fume lost the man by Pistia dropping, but Fume dies. Again, good awareness to play on the creep wave there from the Radiant side. Now on Bulljax. Bulljax has 10 stick charges. He's crushed. He'll get bashed in 1 more hit. Bash comes through. Cookie up in 4 seconds. Bulljax is being dove Arda Tower. Scatterblast hits. Bulljax dies to the crush. Pistia. Double kill for Slardar. Meanwhile, bottom lane, the dive continues again. Marshall wanted Yeti, couldn't find the kill. Patience is running down Acid Rain. But it only kills top lane, no kills bottom lane.
Those are big kills to get for the top lane. There's the potential, if Slardar gets his level 6, like, I mean, I guess Omni Knight can purge it off, but Lena will die so fast in a crush into, like, 1 or 2 bashes, as long as he has some snap to follow him up. And bottom lane is going to get a little bit harder for Yeti. I'm going to keep an eye on this area because
Big kill
Marshall
middle
has
lane. Great arrow from Acid Rain. Camel runs him down at the pulse. No, he escaped with a heavenly jump. There's no leaps on Acid. Oh, that was
his
great
raindrop paid
opportunity.
off.
Wait, he's diving. Acid wants it. Acid wants this kill desperately, but he's stunned. The bait from Rice Boy. Meanwhile, bottom lane. Marshall is fighting 1v2, but now with Acid showing middle lane, they know Marshall's alone. They'll turn with the Spirit Lance. Marshall juice in the Shrees. Patience is slapping with 98 damage, but Marshall still has 98 billion HP in the Vanguard, so he'll still walk away. Yeti has Lance in 2 mana. He'll Lance under that tower into Nature's Grasp from Patience. Marshall is still tanking, and he's not tanky enough. Rice Boy says no. I have an ultimate button, and I will slay you. Back to middle lane. Arrow on Bunions. He'll survive. This game's heating up. You love to see it. Middle lane. We're gonna kill Campbell. The cookie in. He overstayed his welcome. He thought Bunions was too low to go in, but Bunions was willing to die for the cause, and the cause was bringing down the opposing Leshrac.
Dang, that's a huge kill to get on the Lesh. And Rice Boy used his ulti to zap a kill bottom. That's like the ideal situation for Zeus. Just pump up the damage. Or, I'm sorry, pump up his farm, get some free gold. And you can see that Lina has had to leave the lane. He's too afraid of Slardar. And level 3 Omni Knight looks pretty punishable up here. He has no boots. He went for a Basilius. So, I mean, one spell from Snapfire into Slardar pretty much solidifies his death.
You know the job. Oh, Bunions tried to contest Fume on the farm. Voljax runs in. Bunions dropping. Yeti's courier dies bottom lane. Meanwhile, Pistia turns in on Fume. Bunions gets him with the scatter blast. Over to bottom lane. The fight continues there as well. Acid Rain gets away back to the top lane. We see a rotation in by Camel Farmer. Bunions is dead. Voljax dies to Pistia's bash now.
Pistia
It's
can
an
kill
offlane
him.
V mid laner 1v1. Pistia has the
Pistia-
bash. Has Crush
he's
in
gonna kill
one.
him.
He'll crush him. He's slapping. Has back once again. Acid Rain realizes it's a counter kill on Pistia. Chaos in the top lane. I think Radiant won that one. That's a lot of deaths in the top lane.
Oh my god. That's 500 gold for Slardar, 1,000 experience. And so he's now level 7, almost level 8. Yeah, yikes. Wow, Pistia owns on Slardar, man.
Wait, Pistia did 2,800 damage in that fight. The Dire as a whole did 2,700 damage in that fight.
Crazy. Oh my god.
Jesus. That's a lot of damage.
And they're actually holding pretty well bottom. This is the period of the game when I was the most worried for PL. I really thought he would be a little more punishable, but he hasn't died. He's just kind of been sitting down here. Got XP from the Primal Beast getting zapped in front of him, so he's kind of chilling. And with Marshall's build, the Vanguard makes him able to sit in the lane, but he doesn't really have the mana to sustain like a bunch of spells. So he's I don't know if PL's under much kill threat. And Patience literally hasn't left the bottom lane at all. So he's just making sure PL has a super good early game.
He's doing
Moonlight
his
Shadow.
job for sure. Yeah, I mean, Marshall wants to dive. Yeti has a good TP away in time. Perhaps Patience will die. I mean, the trees are rapidly being slain. Arrow from long range at... Oh, no, it's just short range-wise. So Patience will get away. But meanwhile, mid lane... Wait a minute. Okay, top lane, it was Mortimer's Kisses from long range into the Thunder God's Wrath to bring down Fume farming. Fume was farming under a Radiant Observer Ward, and... as a result, they long range ion cannons down the Lina. And now the all chat goes back for Patience.
There we go. Yeah, alright, we're getting spicy in this game. Let's do it.
But the concern here is, again, I mentioned how last game might have been Pistia's worst game in Lad's history, but like, he is now popping up. He says, you know what, Badger? I heard your flame. I'm a former DPC player. I'm like 7.5 KMR. I'm gonna pop off this game. And so far, he is just demolishing. I mean, this T1 tower top is already dead. He wants more. He's smoking up right now through the Dire side jungle. Dire, for their part, kill the Radiant bottom T1 tower. But mid lane, his early action will be Camel is rotating a little bit. It's under Radiant Observer Ward. It's a wraparound still between the two towers from Pistia and Bunions. They're headed to the Tri-Camp. They'll run into Fume, however. They're running into Fume. The biggest kill they can get. Fume actually gets away. They know he's there, but they will not get the kill. They may get one creep. Never mind, they'll get no creeps. They're forced to run away.
Look at 5 heroes from Penjamin City in the triangle and bottom lane, basically. So, forcing the rotations. all while Yeti gets to farm. He had a little bit of unluckiness in the jungle, so he's got to go back to base. But that top lane is now potentially Yeti's forever.
Ooh,
And mid
Marshall
lane, that's
onslaughts
a big
in
charge.
on both. Arrow, we tank with a siege unit. Split Earth hits on two. Both of them will die. Zeus and Sapphire, the casualties. Pistia is very fast. He's juking away from the water where the Dire are. He'll TP, and it will actually be in time. Arrow was on cooldown from Acid Rain, but the two-time champs want to run at the middle T1 tower. They do have a Leshrac, and they do have a lot of creeps, so there'll be a lot of middle T1 damage. Patience has living armor. He will heal this tower, so it's still easier said than done.
They have kisses to potentially defend mid. They don't have blink on Pistia, but yeah, they have to back up.
Arrow off the mark again, and we're back to... Oh, never mind, we were not back to farming. We were still man-fighting in middle lane. Bit of poke from both middle laners. And we back off again, okay.
Marshall's got eyes on Yeti. He's getting moonlit.
Looking at Dire Vision, they see PL. Looking at Radiant. Well, they now know the jig is up. It's PL under attack. He'll use the doppel, but it's an onslaught forward. With that Moonlight Shadow, Marshall did not the onslaught in. And that's been the name of the game. Wait, meanwhile, Radiant Tri-Camp Bunions is incredibly dead. Acid Rain is hasted. Starstorm will get the kill. But again, we've seen a lot of these fights. It's been onslaught in by Marshall. But with that Moonlight Shadow, you don't need them onslaught forward. You just walk in slowly and kill him.
It's important for Primal Beast to save his onslaught, because he just uses it after PL doppel walks. So I mean, it's basically like you can't get away from PL. So if he holds his Q like that, PL doesn't have much of a counterplay because he has to doppelganger to get away.
Did you say doppelwalk earlier?
Yeah, is that what it's
No.
it's not called anymore?
It's been like 9 years. It's been like 9 years.
Hey, that's what I'm used to.
You gotta let it go.
PL used to be one of my most least favorite heroes. There were a couple patches way back in the day when he was just ridiculously strong.
Yeah.
A doppelganger, sorry.
Doppelganger. Because back when you walked and you made one doppel, but now it's a gang of doppels. It's doppelgangers.
Yeah, man. So imagine that. Not only was PL a dirty illusion hero, but he was also an invisibility hero.
I was around. I remember.
Yeah, that was some rough times.
The thing is, you buy dust, but then he would diffuse the blade himself to purge it off.
Exactly. Maybe that could be a good buff for Diffusal Blade. Do like a one-time basic dispel, something like that. There could be
one time.
like not continuously, like Nullifier, but
Oh,
just like,
you mean like one instant? Oh, I think you meant one usage.
no, like
literally
no
one
charges.
usage.
We're not going back to charges on the Diffusal Blade. Bring back Diffusal Blade 2.
I want the one charge diffusal blade. Use it wisely. You can buy one charge at a time for 300 gold. Wait, mid lane.
That's what I was gonna say.
Bunions, Acid Rain are man fighting. Both supports are in a little bit of danger right now. Rice Blade, man's up, then got Ras down. Acid Rain's low. Bunions is still low. Rice Blade's being gone on by Marshall. Marshall has the onslaught in 1 second. Acid Rain is dead, but in comes Marshall with a 2-man onslaught stun into the Pulse Nova damage. It's a 1-for-1 trade, turned now into a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Penjamin City. How should you pay, actually, for a Diffusal Blade charge in that case? It'd be like 200 gold per would be a fair price, or?
I have no idea. I couldn't balance that.
I would definitely pay. I would
150.
definitely pay 150, but would I pay 200 is the question, you know?
Yeah. So even though they died in the mid lane on Bunions and Rice Boy Zeus, Pistia is complete. He farmed up the entire bottom jungle and pushed bottom wave all the way up here. So he's got a full Blink Dagger now. So that means, like, I don't know, now is the go time, I think, for the Radiant.
Well,
Camel Farmer has a finished Bloodstone, though.
I was going to say both teams suddenly feel more empowered and ready to go. Seems like we'll see a bit of a congregation top lane. Onslaught forward by Marshall, dodged by Yeti. Pistia now turns, blinking on in to demolish Marshall's Primal Beast. And again, yeah, there's not enough help in time. I mean, Acid Rain was somewhat close by, but at that point, you say, you know what? I'm going to let my offlaner die. He went for a very high-risk, low-reward play. I'm going to let him die.
Yeah, he wanted to get the solo kill again. PL has finished Diffusal. The Radiant is hunting. They want to transition into mid tower somehow. Again, they have kind of the same issue where they don't hit the towers the best until PL is like insanely.
Oh, there's your blink stun into the bash. That's a lot of damage. You were saying before that, Simon.
You don't have trouble sieging when you got a catapult hitting the thing, and 2 heroes are dead. This is Penjamin City's specialty, though. They don't give up anything for free.
Good blink away. Marshall now is crushed. Camel Farmer has a one-man split Earth on Slardar. Not Solar Guardian. Guardian Angel comes in from Bulljax just to allow the retreat. It's been so long since I cast it out. It's like, wait, Guardian. Yeah, Solar Guardian. That's what it's called. Bulljax is laughing at me, luckily, but Guardian Angel, Jesus.
Those spells are fitting for Penjamin City. They love to guard each other. They love to have each other's backs. We'll see. Bloosher looks to force. They do have kisses.
Here we go
on
again.
buttons.
There on Camel. What is purged? What is a stun? He didn't purge everything. Now Camel is still being run out with more kisses and a Slardar and a Zeus for that matter. Lina looks to turn, hits Slardar. Slardar is dead, and Leshrac is still alive. Patience gets cookied forward by Bunions. Acid Rain has the leaps for Make Bloosher Great Again. Their fight has turned into a minor disaster. Acid Rain was out of leaps, had a Tumbler's Toy. He'll arrow Bunions. That'll be the last thing you do before he dies. It's a 1-for-1 technically, but if you are Penjamin City, you are a very happy dire-sided team right now, getting that 1-for-1 trade. Slardar for Mirana, on top of saving Leshrac.
And the kisses were used, so that's a big damage-dealing ulti from Bloosher that they don't have for a little bit. So it's going to be harder for them to go mid-tower, I think. Marshall's going the Whisper build, the Vanguard into the Arcane Boots, into the Kaya Sange, into the Ags, too. It's interesting that he's totally foregoing BKB. The Zeus and Snapfire will deal a lot of damage and still mess with him, but the BKB does not protect him from the overgrowth, like directly, or from the bashes from Slardar, so maybe that's why he doesn't have it queued up just yet.
What concerns me is that literally nobody on the Dire is buying. Lina's not buying BKB. Leshrac's not buying BKB. Proudly's not buying BKB. Usually, all three of those heroes buy a BKB. Maybe they're relying on Bulljax to use spells, but like, you can only have them to grace one person.
Yeah, true. And the overgrowth could potentially be an issue. Primal Beast will get his level 15 talent where he can dispel by using Uproar, which is what is the cooldown on an Uproar. It's like a 5-second cooldown. So he can pretty much always take the tree ulti off. But Lina is definitely in danger of getting chain stun and bursted if she doesn't have BKB. He might be able to play the super range game and just Gleipnir from afar, Gleipnir into LSA, into some hits, and then go hide, scared, with his insane move speed. So we'll see how they're able to play around that. The Zeus's damage is
once
big,
he got
though.
under
almost
attack.
gets charred.
Good long range arrow on Bunions, but there will be no follow-up. Oh no, there's a glyph. This tower's still not dead yet. Treant Protector, a menace to sieging society. Camel wants this tower really badly right now. And at long last, he will finish it, though. We may have a fight in their hands mid lane. Arrow this time misses. Bunions walked away from that one, but I guess in that case, we will return to our regularly scheduled agricultural activity. PL farming, Slardar farming, Lina farming. It's farm game time.
So here is where I was a little worried for Bloosher's draft. PL needs a little bit more time. Zeus is kind of greedy. He has Kaya into the Shard, but he still needs more items. And the Dire is knocking at your door with Max Edict and Lina with the Imba Fiery Soul Stacks. The tier 2 tower is just gone. They literally don't have the ability to fight back. So I like Penjamin City's, I like their state. If they group up as 5 and just kind of, force the issue here, it might be hard for Bloosher to fight into them.
Man, Bloosher at this point definitely want to fight. It's a lot of power of the Slardar is being able to just, like, lock down bash one hero and do an immense amount of damage, but the remainder of the team, again, you feel like they want to fight, but when they're down by 5k, it's more difficult to fight,
Definitely. And yeah, the blink from Slardar reveal didn't transition into the mid tower like they liked, and Pishja got killed by the Lina on the backside. He got like stunned into the right click, so he really needs the BKB to be kind of free to go in to ignore some of the Lesh damage, not get stunned by Lina, Primal, or Mirana. So he's a little apprehensive, I think, to go. And PL might be in danger top. Moonlight is out.
Yeah, Moonlight plus Smoke combination. PL is backing in the correct direction, but he's not backing fast enough. Oh, we stayed greedily, and he'll get punished. There's the Gleipnir, there's the Pulverine. That's a very dead Phantom Lancer, and that's the one death you cannot afford if you are Make Bloosher Great Again. That's not only a death on PL, but you will now get some control lost on your your buy camp sort of area, and again, that could mean doom for a Roshan situation.
I kind of thought they would just go into Roche there.
I thought they would too, but again, I guess okay. I'll play devil's advocate. It's hard to take Roche into this Radiant team. Overgrowth, Zeus scouting, Slardar, Crush with Blink, Mormon's Kisses.
Yeah,
You do not want to be on the inside. And again, Radiant are keeping it in mind. I mean, they're being conscientious about Roshan. I mean, they scanned it, and if they're in there, you run it in there, you run it into the pit, and you go bam, 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 damage, 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 free kills, and that sounds like a great time. That's how you get a comeback, right? So if you're on the flip side, if you're Penjamin City, you know, hey, that's their only win condition. We can keep waiting, play the economy game as long as we're itemizing for the PL, we're fine, right?
Yeah, definitely. And so PL is close-ish to his heart. He is what, like 1.5k gold away from his heart. I don't know how much difference it's going to make though against all the Lesh magic damage and the Primal Beast nuke damage and Lena Maelstrom procs. Lesh is itemizing for the PL. He went Kaya into, he's going to go E-Blade next, so he can ignore the Slardar and potentially ignore the PL's right-click damage.
Okay, it's like 800 more health. I did some math. It's about 800 more health. And again, that actually might keep him alive. It's not going to save him against his illusions, per se. But again, if he's not dying, gets the doppel off, temporarily disengages, gets some heart regen, then we're cooking with gas, right? At that point, we're playing Dota 2 again.
Yeah, the long fights benefit the PL if they can slowly drain Leshrax's mana, and if they can kite the Bloodstone active and kite the initial primal jump, maybe the GA too. I mean, they'll have to kite out some stuff for Bloosher. They'll have to kite out Penjamin City's items and abilities. But I mean, Zeus and PL in a super long fight, they can definitely bring the damage. So it's all about staying alive.
So it turns out he's not going hard on PL, he's going Manta. He probably needs both items. Oh wait, Onslaught, forward, misses, a little bit short, but with the arrow hitting on Patience, he'll get gone upon. Overgrowth on 2, Kisses are on the way as a counter play. Patience is already dropping. Fume, TP's in, Shri will be left to die. The question is, will the remainder of the team get away? And the answer appears to be a definitive yes. At that point, an acceptable loss, RIP, our man Shri, let him die, get away. A less acceptable loss, however, would be Roshan, and well, we are in the Roshan pit. There's no Mortimer's Kisses, there's no Shrimp Protector, nor his Overgrowth. Zeus has the ulti to scout. He'll use it now, so now Radiant are aware of what's going on. Pistia and Rice Boy are hauling ass. They're on the way. Acid scouts. Cookie stuns Bulljax. Not the hero you want, stun the front lines. Marshall onslaughts forward to protect Bulljax. Rice Boy wants the rune, grabs the arcane rune, and now steps to the high ground. Gleipnir is there on Zeus. Zeus is temporarily fine. Roshan's low on HP. Both teams know it. Radiant engage with Cookie. The illusion is in the pit. Radiant want to jump on in. Roshan doubling. Pistia's in the pit, but no! Fume grabbed him in time with the BKB. Pistia must now run. Marshall tramples down Rice Boy. Pistia dead. Rice Boy dead. Patience dead. 3 down for Make Bloosher Great Again and for Penjamin City. They are about to head on back to 500 if the game stands the way it is, and it's looking real good right now. They're up 10k at minute 25.
It looks so great for them. Pistia really needs his BKB. He blinked into the pit. He just can't commit on anybody, and especially even if he did have his BKB, they've got the GA, the Guardian Angel, to protect from the Slardar initiation there. So
ooh, the arrow, the long-range fishing arrow. Bunions, you are dead, my friend. There is no escape. Wait, there's no way he gets away from this, right? There's no way he gets away from this. Pulse Nova, yeah, there's no way. He lived for about 6 seconds longer than he should have, but he still died. You know what I love about casting from the lobby, Simon? I just draw boxes around towers and draw X's through them. It's always fun. It's like my number 4 hobby, you know? I just nice smiley face. You can't do it from Dota TV, man. You can't do it from Dota TV.
I've noticed that. It is annoying. Sometimes it helps to draw to illustrate your point. And I love the boxes X'd out when the towers go down.
You know, I'm
if you ever don't do that, I get pretty upset. So I don't think I've caught you missing it just yet, but
I'm a sports fan, right? And like you watch, especially like American football, right? And you see like the telestrator. People are gonna draw stuff on the
Oh
screen
yeah.
sometimes, and I come from that sort of
Oh
perspective as
same.
a fan. I'm like, yeah, I can draw boxes. Why not? I have the technology. Speaking of
Yeah.
technology, bottom lane, Camel Farmer has the Bloodstone running down Yeti, but Yeti juked away in the trees. Now Camel has been spotted. Blink, crush, amp, bash, damage, high. But he's ethereal. He's actually going to keep you away in time, and now it's near turn by Fume. Yeti runs in, slapping Fume, who, well, has 2 lives and
Okay.
will have to lose 1 immediately. In come the remainder of Penjamin City,
No
but
GA.
it's a bit of a hard fight right now. Pistia blinks away in time. Yeti mans up on Fume. Luna's there. The Phantom Lancer will doppel to the southeast. He's once again in the trees. Has Manta. He'll use it, but it seems like he's going to die. The illusion gets pulverized rather than the main PL, but with the onslaught down, PL is dead. So again, that's 2 dead for your Aegis. You take that trade every day of the week.
They killed Lena 1 time, but it's not enough. And the Ghost Scepter pickup from Camel Farmer, how about that? That totally saved him there.
Yeah, again, I was not expecting that to happen, but again, it makes sense, right? There's a lot of physical damage, a lot of PL, a lot of Slardar damage, so as long as there's no
Yeah, it's
Nimbus on
great.
Zeus, there's no way to cancel that play there.
Yeah, definitely. And Fume is playing great on the Lena, and he's going for AC as his next item. So again, itemizing against the Slardar and against the PL physical damage. So that's gonna make the whole team so much harder to kill with GA. They have Pipe. Marshall finished his Ags as well. That's actually huge against PL. Like thinking about it, because you're pretty much guaranteed to get uproar stacks because the illusions will slowly hit you. And when you get 5 stacks on the uproar and you proc it with the Aghanims, like that's insane AoE damage that is going to make it pretty much impossible for PL to stand his ground. His illusion, it's going to reveal the real one pretty easily. And the Lesh pick, I mean, maybe this is a bit of a missed ban for them, but I'm also just not wild about the PL pick in general into the Primal Beast.
Again, there's a reason why PL is not a meta staple currently, but it could be go time. Pishteel blinks in, finding Bulljax. Big kill if he gets it with the Pulverize. Yeah, that's not enough fault to save the Omni Knight. There's just too much Zeus damage. Marshall will run away, and it seems like he's gotten away, so it is 1 kill. I'm sure Radiant would have liked both kills, but they have to settle with 1 kill.
We'll see. Can Bloosher make it to the second Roche and take a decent fight around there? What's like their ultimate, like their best case scenario is, I don't even know. I'm having trouble. They have to like somehow isolate and kill someone. The Omni Knight pick would be amazing if they can kill Omni Knight in like a Slardar jump.
Alright, I figured it out. Dire, misposition, Radiant use spells, Radiant hit spells, die or die. Say if Omni Knight's like inside like a 2-man crush, then it's like, oh, that's something there's no save for the crush, so.
Yeah,
as long as Bulljax positions properly, which again, he's a good 5 player, a 2-time Lads champ. He's got Aether Lens and Psychic Headband. He should position properly, but if he doesn't, then we're talking.
The Aether Lens makes this hero feel so much better. Because, like you said, it's all about the position with this guy. Like, the range on his Heavenly Grace and Purification are so big, so he can sit pretty far back and protect the Lena and protect the Lesh, so... Blink is done on Marshall. They're hunting.
You are right, and again, it could be go time right now. Blink, Pulverize, Target, Patience. Gleipnir on Bunnions as well. Both will get annihilated eventually. Patience dies, Bunnions gets run down. And, the people, the denizens of Twitch chat said Fume on a ranged hero. It's GG. Dire can't win. But it seems like Dire will be receiving a GG rather than giving it quite soon.
Hey, I've seen Fume play TA. That's almost a ranged hero. But
not really. I'm not counting as a ranged hero. It starts with less attack. If your hero starts the game with less attack range than the melee hero, you're not a ranged hero. Onslaught forward on Zeus into the Pulverize. Pistia crushes, but he misses a crush. A rare mistake from Pistia. Rice Boy is dead. He buys back. He must buy back. Snapfire is alive in 8 seconds. It could be defense time. Patience pumping the TP. Had to cancel the LSA and the arrow. And again, you get 1 buyback. You get tower damage, and now both teams are, of course, concerned about Roshan. Little do they know, Roshan cannot be alive for at least a minute and a half longer.
Man, the Dire just keeps getting more and more tools. Full Shiva's done on Lesh.
Marshall. Oh, he plays forward, away from Pistia. The bold play from Marshall, and he wants more. He's onslaughting down the Tree and Protector. P.L.'s the Manta, but he's still broken. Half HP, 1/3 HP, dropping fast arrow, misses, but it does not matter. P.L. is missing all of his HP, and he has no buyback. Patience. Used his buyback, not patient with that one, but it's just too late still. It's currently a 5v4. Penjamin City are firmly in control right now. Link crushed by Pistia, but again, look at this man's HP. It's very high.
Oh my god, it's so high. And the Ag's uproar stuff is PL
Oh,
cannot get in
blank,
there.
pulverized, canceled by Riceboy, but the dive continues. Gleipnir on 2, onslaught forward. It's all the way under the tier 4 towers. And well, E-Blade delayed the death of Patience, but it did not matter. It's still dead, and that will be a dieback on the Tree and Protector. No living armor for your structures. Riceboy. Arrow. Ooh, good sidestep from Riceboy. But again, range rack's dead, melee's not far behind. Pistia wants to crush, has it on 3, but it doesn't even matter. It's all purged immediately. Few is a BKB, the racks are still low. Onslaught forward, misses. Marshall gets back from our tier 4 towers, but in comes Camel with the huge damage, demolishing the PL. Goodbye, Ice Yeti. You again have no buyback, and you no longer have a middle set of barracks. Penjamin City extend their lead even further now.
It's got to be over, right? I really can't. I can't theory craft a way that Bloosher can take a fight.
Okay, I figured it out. See, Fume has a Satanic in his quick buy.
Oh, there you go. Ooh, yikes.
Okay. See,
Early disconnect.
I was trying to find a way to do this, right? And it was Fume buying and feeding a rapier, but again, apparently not. Again, for Make Bloosher great again, I mentioned it I think twice earlier in the series. They were the #1 group stage team of last season, and they ran back the exact same 5-man lineup, but I think they actually only had 4 group stage losses all of last season, and now they're 2-4. And for Penjamin City, again, they had a rough start at 1-3, but they're back to 3-3. Buljax, in his quest for a lad's 3rd championship, continues.
Well played by Penjamin City. This second game feels more like a draft win to me. I think missing the Lesh ban when you pick PL is pretty not good, and picking the PL into what I thought was almost surely like position 3 primal seems like a bit of a mistake. But they had kind of some chances. It wasn't too uneven, but then 1 or 2 bad fights, and then everything snowballed. And the counterplay from the Omni Knight and Lesh being super tanky, and Fume. I mean, Lina is still Lina, right? Even in the hands of a melee hero only player, Lina is still Lina.
Lina, again, very, very fair and balanced competitor in our current Dota 2 landscape. Even the pro players struggle with Lina, so. And I would highly suggest just banning it in the future if you're literally any team in the Like, I mean, my team bans Lina for a reason. We all ban Lina. It's Lina.
Yeah, I agree. I think Bloosher banned Rubik and Death Prophet. So they had a plan for the Lina, and I think it was the Slardar. And he did pretty good in the lane, but it just didn't transition into a game win, or even that much of like a map control, like win after like 10 or 15 minutes. So
Simon, open the scoreboard. Scroll to the right to the damage dealt section.
Man, whose damage am I looking at?
I mean, there's a couple bad ones. I mean, he had 7.4k damage on PL Yeti. Oh no.
Yeah, sorry, Yeti. I don't think PL was the pick this game. Or if it was the pick, you have to pick it. They did have last overall pick, right? Zeus was the last overall pick in the draft.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
like you I think you gotta wait till the end to see if it's a good PL game and like pick it there. Because they surely would not have picked the Lesh into it, So like yeah. Yeah, that's my advice for them. Back to the drawing board on this one. In game one was closer, and I think Bloosher definitely had chances to take the dub. So maybe a bit of like missed team play, maybe a bit of like positioning errors. But this one, Yeah, we both said it. We were both not that high on the draft, and we did not curse them like in the previous game.
See,
So
you thought
played
they'd
out
find
kind
a
of how
way to
we imagined
win. See, you thought they'd find a way to win.
it.
You knew they weren't going to win. You knew they weren't going to win. You saw the heroes. You saw the draft. You knew they would lose. But you said they would win anyway. I saw Lena on one side. I saw PL Slardar Zeus on the other side. I'm like, yeah, this game's over. And for once, I was right. The rare
Yeah,
instance, Badgers draft predictions fully correct.
well done. And even the Zeus pick, like Zeus did a ton of damage, but he's just like he just wants to farm so much. And when you have PL on your team too, like only the Snap and the Slarter could like run around and do stuff. Tree can't really run around and like do stuff with them as easily, you know? So yeah. Yeah, I don't want to harp on it too much. Rooting for the Bloosher guys to have a good bounce back series and their next one, wherever it is. Well played to Penjamin City. That first game was so fun though. The
Mm-hmm.
the Acid Rain Nyx, the Fume Ursa, Camel Farmer Invoker.
Mm-hmm.
That was some
Again,
craziness.
I think if you make Booster great again, you just mentally reset. You say, you know what, come back next series. We play better. We win this time. Again, it's early enough in the season that they can still make winners bracket and playoffs quite easily if they start winning some games. So plenty of time to turn their season around. But again, Simon, thank you for joining me tonight for this 2-0 victory for Penjamin City over Make Bloosher great again. Do you have any callouts, shoutouts, words to say to the people of League of Legends?
No, just that was a blast of a cast. Thanks for having me on. It was a ton of fun. Because I'm rather new to doing the castings, so it was great to do it with you. You do a great job with the play-by-play. It was a lot of fun. So
Thank you very much, Simon. Always appreciate that one. So let's go through my list of things. So thank you to the viewers for tuning on in. Thank you to KU for the subscription, Mr. Two-Time Lads Champion KU for the sub. Really appreciate that one. If you want me to cast your games, cast your tournaments, I have a lot more time on my hands suddenly. So if you want to hire me for your pro tournaments or you want me to cast your amateur stuff, contact me on Twitter, twitter.com/badgedota2 or on Discord, badge number 5713. Again, if you are a pro organization or you know somebody that's a pro organization that's looking for a caster or a tournament administrator, you know I'm good for it. If you want some references, I got plenty of references. You want my caster reel? It's pinned in my Twitter bio and I am certainly ready and able to go anytime, anywhere, any hour, any region. So, certainly looking for the work. But as always, thank you for watching, and as always, have a great night.